It's October 17, 2024. Welcome to the Breakfast News live on GTV, where we bring you news across the country and international. We're streaming live on Facebook at GTV Ghana and across all our social media platforms at GTV Ghana. I am Parliamentary, and now let's get the detail of the stories. The Accra High Court has adjourned to Monday, October 21, 2024, to rule on the suit brought against the Electoral Commission by the disqualified PNC flag bearer, Mr. Bernard Mona. Mr. Mona has sued the EC and the chairperson over his disqualification from the December presidential election.
In disqualifying him from contesting the election. Mr. Mona, the PNC's flag bearer, is therefore seeking an order reversing the Electoral Commission's decision to disqualify him from this December 7th presidential election, as well as an order compelling the chairperson of the EC to declare him duly qualified to contest the election. Harold Atuguba, lawyer for Mr. Mona, argued that the EC failed to give the applicant a hearing or an opportunity to remedy the alleged mistakes before proceeding to disqualify him. The EC disqualified Bernard Mona from the presidential race on account that he had incomplete particulars of supporters for his nomination, and his form also included varying signatures of some supporters and in some cases the same signatures for different supporters. Lawyer for the Electoral Commission, Mr. Justin Amanguvo, told the court Mr. Bernard Mona was given enough time to rectify the errors on his submitted forms. However, he failed to do so. The claim by the EC's lawyer was refuted by Harold Atuguba, who accused the EC of playing the role of the police in deciding the validity of signatures on the forms of Mr. Mona.
You cannot sacrifice administrative convenience on the altar of violating constitutional principles. The judge has duly asked the lawyer in court, as an officer of the court, to advise his client, the Electoral Commission, that because of the pendency of this suit and the fact that it's been adjourned to Monday for a ruling, the client, that's the Electoral Commission, is off counsel, should desist from doing anything that will overreach the decision of this court.
Mr. Bernard Mona, speaking to the media after court sitting, was hopeful of securing justice.
Clearly, you see that the EC has no case. But of course, they have disqualified us. And the only place we can seek justice is to come to the court. And that is why we are in court. And so, once the judge is cleared in his mind and has set 20th for the ruling, we are confident that justice will be served us.
The court returns on October 21st with its ruling.
The High Court in Accra has granted bail to a leader of Democracy Hub, Oliver Bakavamawo, in a sum of 20,000 Ghana cedis with two sureties. He is to report to the police twice every week. Mr. Bakavamawo was arrested with other protesters and remanded in custody by an Accra Circuit Court. This brings to 53 persons arrested and granted bail over the protest.
Oliver Bakavomao was previously denied bail by both the High Court and the Circuit Court over his pending criminal trial at the High Court for treason. Presiding Judge Justice Aite Amatete said Mr. Bakavomao was denied bail under Section 96, Clause 5C of Act 30. Justice Amatete, however, ordered the Circuit Court to immediately start his trial or would be inclined to admit Mr. Bakavomao to bail after 72 hours. On Wednesday, October 16, 2024, the court granted bail to Oliver Bakavomao, although the prosecution was opposed to same. The activist is facing 8 charges of conspiracy, unlawful assembly, and causing unlawful damage. The rest are offensive conduct conducive to the breach of peace, assault on public officer, defacement of public notice, stealing, and offensive conduct. Other protesters, including Felicity Nelson, have been granted bail in the sum of 20,000 cedis with two sureties.
The NPP presidential candidate Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia says his policy of introducing solar energy into the national grid will bring a major boost for industries and households in Ghana. When he met with the chiefs and people of Amenten in the Atebubu Amenten constituency, Dr. Bawumia said this will bring down the cost of electricity by 50%, and assembling the plant, he will set up to assemble the solar panels locally, which will also create thousands of jobs for Ghanaians.
Atebuamanting was the next constituency to receive the possibility team on Monday. Dr. Bawumia and his possibility campaign team first port of call for the Atebuamanting constituency was a stakeholder engagement at Atebu. Dr. Bawumia met the chiefs and people in the area to interact with them on how his policies will touch every Ghanaian and make positive impact on them. Dr. Bawumia said the introduction of the solar energy into the national grid holds great potential for Ghanaians.
The entire light bill no was no the usha yeah light no electricity no cra oil and gas every amanone ye electricity wa Ghana oil and gas no so ne bro so was soro and ye de ba na light bill no akosoro me pesa Ghana yesesa san hihye no me pesa medi yefa light oil and gas no to change and go for solar power to generate electricity.
After Dr. Bawumia's engagement at Atebu, he moved to Amanteng for a Community Connect program. He, however, visited the palace of the chief of Amanteng to pay a courtesy call on him. He also engaged the chiefs on his policies and also pleaded with them to support his quest to become the next president of Ghana.
Election biomo on Samba Mantingham Boa Conta Baba ino no odeko media motumamia mesamba habio ma kwan no mechre ade amaye enyesa head enema bebri meba be Boa Conta hospital nani ade enti minim se meba no nti meyere me ho aipo ejumaden amamo enti. This
is the grounds for the Community Connect at Amanteng. It was an electrified atmosphere when Dr. Bawumia arrived for the engagement. The presidential candidate Dr. Bawumia listed how social interventions such as free SHS and TVET, National Health Insurance Scheme, the Zango Development Fund, restoration of teacher and nursing trainee allowance, and drones for medical delivery are improving lives.
If you're watching senior high school free. Yetie o ma penyi dada aka ene Ghana ye ni free SHS ye nye free SHS so kwa na edi abo ye the free technical and vocational education so asoso.
He appealed to them to vote for new ideas, new vision and innovation on December 7.
On the other side, former president and flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, Mr. John Mahama, has debunked claims by the government that Ghana has returned to the capital markets. Addressing the gathering of party supporters, Mr. Mahama criticized that the ruling NPP has mismanaged the economy, urging Ghanaians not to reward the party with another term in office.
The election is about the economy, it's about our financial situation, it is about the crisis we face, it is about the debt we face. Recently, I saw the Minister of Finance said they have successfully entered back onto the international capital market. That was a lie. What has happened is
We apologize for the technical hinge. We'll bring you that story later in our bulletin. The leadership of the Ghana Health Service has called on Gamanche Kintakite Kochuru II to formally invite him to the second edition of the Ghana Health Service Excellence Awards, which is slated for November 2024. This year's awards will honor individuals and institutions at various levels with some special achievements in the health development.
The Health Service Excellence Awards was introduced by the Ghana Health Service for staff and institutions across the country last year. This aims to improve performance and accelerate progress towards achieving the universal health coverage. It is also to motivate, identify, acknowledge and reward health professionals for their exceptional contributions, achievements and performance in healthcare delivery at the various service delivery. When leadership of the Ghana Health Service called on the government chair to officially invite him to this year's awards, Nitakite Kochuru commended the Ghana Health Service for their tireless efforts in ensuring the safety and well-being of Ghanaians, especially those in rural communities.
Ghana man be ame pami agbole ame ni nyeba ame walayi nechuno
The Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kumabwaje, said about 80 workers across the country will be honored for their hard work, with some special awards for institutions and persons who have supported the health sector in various capacities. This year's awards is expected to recognize 2,578 individuals, including 2,372 awards at the district level, 280 at the regional level and 25 at the national level. Some institutions will also be acknowledged for their exceptional contributions towards quality healthcare delivery in the country. It's under the theme, Sustaining Partnerships for Effective and Efficient Healthcare Delivery.
France, a fuel tanker exploded overnight in northern Nigeria, killing at least 147 people who rushed to the scene to collect the leaking petrol. The fire engulfed the overturned vehicle, which had been condoned off by officers after its clash. About 100 other people injured in the explosion have been taken to the hospital. Many of them are in critical condition. The police had earlier warned people not to approach the tanker after the accident late Tuesday night, but they were unable to contain the growing crowd. The driver, who was not injured, had been taken to the custody while the police conduct an investigation. Most of those who died have been buried in a mass ceremony. The local government officials and a former African Nation Congress spokesperson, Paul Mambe, had been charged with fraud in a South African court as the fraudulent appear in court following an investigation into a $1.6 million government tender.
The investigation found that 5 years ago, the provincial government in Gauteng signed a contract with a company named EnviroMobi for waste management services. The Hawks investigation found that Gauteng's Department of Agriculture paid EnviroMobi 25 million rand for 200 vehicles, even though the goods were still in the possession of the service provider. The court hearing took place after the 7 suspects had handed themselves into South Africa's elite police unit, the Hawks. Alongside Mabe and his wife, the defendants included 2 executives from Gauteng's provincial government. All accused were awarded bail at the hearing, which took place in Ekehuleni, a municipality just east of the city of Johannesburg. However, it is not the first time Mape, who served as the ANC spokesperson from 2018 to 2023, has been accused of corruption.
Next is the weather report for today. Felicity Hafenyo from the GMET is on the line to give us more updates for today's weather. Good morning, Felicity. How is our weather looking like for today?
Good morning, Valencia. Today the weather is pretty cloudy over most portions of the country due to a rainstorm that engulfed the country yesterday night, and it's over the Bono, Savannah, Bono East, Ahafo, part of Ashanti. Then for the coastal strip, we have a system that is moving in from Togo, Benin, and we expect it to induce cloudiness over Greater Accra, part of Volta Central into the western region later in the day. So we expect it to be cloudy this morning over most portions with cases of rain and thunder. Those of us over the upper east, upper west, we expect them to have a partly cloudy sky this morning. Late afternoon into the evening hours, we expect them to experience isolated cases of thunderstorms with rain. For the fisher folks this morning, due to the rainstorm navigating over the ocean, it's not advisable, especially those towards the eastern coast. But those over the western coast, we expect them to have a rough stage. Then later, this system is likely to move towards that area. So afternoon into the evening hours may not be advisable, but we will be updating them with our marine forecast. For the Volta Lake, it's pretty cool, especially those over the OT side. They will have cloudy this morning. Later, the sun will break through, and then we'll have some little development of rain and thunder. So this is how it's going to be for today across the 16 regions.
Thank you very much for that update. That was Felicity Ahafenyo from GMED giving us that update. Now let's have the Alpha Lotto winning numbers for Omega Wednesday. The Alpha Lotto winning numbers for Omega Wednesday: 44, 28, 58, 74, 81. The Alpha Lotto winning numbers for Omega Wednesday again: 44, 44, 28, 28, 58, 58, 74, 74, and 81, 81. Lot is happening on our breakfast show this morning. Don't go away after this break.
Hashtag stop. Guy, I'm saying now, it's Throwback Thursday, 17th October 2024. Let me throw it back to my youth. Fox, fox, fox. Go into the box. No, no, no. Why? Because I'm too big. Because I'm too big. Because I'm too big. I'm happy, man. My youth was a wonderful time. But I was naughty too. My buttocks can remember the fire my father delivered to them. Fire came from misbehaving. Now look at me, I've turned out good. So, Daddy, salute. Thank you for the lashing. You didn't appreciate it back then, but I do now. Good morning, welcome to the show. This is your favorite way to get up and show that you're alive. Greet somebody, blow a kiss, brush your teeth before you talk to anybody. Welcome. It's one of my best days because I get to sit with two men of the cloth, and a Muslim cleric and a scholar, and a Christian cleric and a scholar. The Reverend and the Sheikh are my guests on the show. If you don't know who they are, wait till 7:30. You'll find out. WhatsApp number to remember your childhood is on 055-556-1034. From a little boy to a former little girl. I don't know whether she's still a little girl at heart, but her name is Thelma. Good morning.
Good morning, Kaf. I'm definitely still a little girl and also at heart. And my childhood was glorious as well because of my very loving grandma. And today I want to pay special tribute to you, Madam Rebecca Toshitoto, for everything that you did for me growing up. And we hope to send you off in a very befitting way. Welcome to GTV Breakfast. I'm trying to remember my favorite childhood rhyme. And all I can remember is somebody sticking his finger in the pie and yanking out something. I'm not quite clear. Jay will remind me. Then I'll come and tell you what my childhood favorite poem is. But welcome to GTV Breakfast. Today, towards the end of the show, we'll be seeking to speak to you about how you are surviving in this economy. I am doing it by grace. What's your answer? Tell us towards the end of the show. 055-556-1034. I'm Thelma Taki. I'm kicking the ball, which Kudus has apologized for, to Maltiti. Titi.
You know, Thelma, on that apology note and being a child at heart, well, I am also a child at heart still. And today we're going to bring you one of the 3 female running mates of the political parties that are gunning to take over Ghana by January 2025. And find out from her what are the child policies or children policies in Ghana. I'm talking about Elizabeth Sam, 51 days to the elections. And we're sitting with the running mate of the Liberal Party of Ghana, LPG, Kofi Akpalu's running mate. Send your questions early to our WhatsApp number, 055-556-1034. She's pushing for inclusivity and equity. So let's know what you're thinking. Jay, what's up on your side for lifestyle?
Hi everyone, welcome. It's the hashtag GTV Breakfast. Thank you, Malkaf and Thelma. And good morning to you all once again. So on this side of things, right after the quote of the day, we are dealing with using AI and technology to build an unstoppable business. A number of fears about how AI is taking jobs from people, but this time around, we are talking about how we can embrace it and use to help push our business forward. And of course, in these modern times, your business needs to be out there. If it's not, you're going to be operating in the dark. That's like winking at a girl in the dark and hoping she'll notice. You'll wink at yourself. Nobody else will know except you. So please, using AI and technology to build an unstoppable business. David Jadu is in the studio standing by to have that conversation with me. And for now, I'll go back to the foxy people on my far right. How are you doing, people?
Foxy people.
The day is bright.
Oh, God.
It's bright and fair. Oh, happy day. The day of joy.
The day is bright. It's bright and fair.
Oh, what a happy day. Happy day.
Oh, primary school day.
Throwback Thursday is late on GTV.
You're welcome. Good morning. Fox.
Go into the box. Hashtag Stop Galamsey Now. We're back. It's hashtag GTV Breakfast. My name is Jay Gabra, that GTV boy, bringing you that motivational message from the day. And today's a Yoruba proverb, and I'd like to, explain it a bit with this scenario. Once upon a time, there were these neighbors who were living cordially together. The couples, got along very well. They could borrow stuff from each other anytime they needed. They attended the same church. They did a number of things together. So it became the best of friends and the best of neighbors. Something happened and one neighbor had to renovate their house. So the couple went to see their pastor. The two couples, they went to see their pastor and said they wanted to start living together. So by the time the renovations are done, then they can move back to their house and, save cost on moving into a hotel or renting another place and stuff like that. And the counselor tried to advise them that he doesn't think it's safe because it might spoil their friendship. They were saying, oh, we've been friends for how many years? We've been living close to each other. Nothing will happen. And the counselor was like, okay, go ahead. And so they started living together, and that's when the trouble started. And it's like the two ladies sharing a kitchen created a lot of confusion. They were very, very good friends, but it's like sharing the same kind of space, and the two of them being type A personalities, being domineering, their personalities clashed, and it almost ended their friendship. When they realized what the counselor had advised them to, they said, you know what, I think it's about time we just move away in order to save the friendship. And this morning, our quote reflects something similar. Two rams cannot drink from the same bucket at the same time. You can have two domineering personalities, two type A people, two very tough people, doing something at the same time. By all means, there will be a clash, there will be a conflict. And if I want to use movies as a reference, we have, of course, Captain America Civil War, where Iron Man and Captain America were fighting over different ideologies. They have the same mission to fight crime, and yet they were loggerheads. Yes, so two rams cannot drink from the same bucket at the same time. Find your own meaning to it, but that's how I try to explain it this morning. Now, the Bijedu is standing by to lead us in a conversation using AI and technology to build an unstoppable business. I know some of you are afraid, but then some of us too are embracing it, and let's see how we can use it to enhance our businesses. So I want to go over to David Jedu now, and before he starts the whole conversation, he'll take us to the live cybersecurity update. David, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. How are you doing? We're great here. So yes, we have the live cyber threat map on our screen now, looking at how today the attack looks on the space. So this reminds us that anytime we come on a space, there's an attack on us, and then we need to be careful. We need to protect ourselves. So using mobile devices, using your social media, your computers, these are threats that are happening on the space. So you could see we have some red attacks going on. Those are, we have malwares, we have exploitations developed, and we have the current attacks. You could see phishing, other attacks running very fast. And then you could see the countries that are top targeted and the industries that are targeted: education, government, and health sector. So that's how, and you could see the attack for today, almost about 3 million plus attack for
almost
this.
4 million.
Yes, for this morning. So they should tell us that on the social media, we are not just there doing conversations, business, and other things, but they are threats that we have to check every day.
But if we can see where the threats are coming from or the attacks are coming from, can't we trace it back and then arrest all these people?
Okay, so these are attacks happening on the space. So if you look at this, these are exploitation. So exploitation is being developed from United States all the way to maybe Germany or other areas. So we have the cyber crime fighters that are able to. So it boils down to geographical policies and issues in terms of cyber. Because if you look at Ghana here, you can see Africa here. Okay, Ghana could be somewhere here.
Yeah, that's it.
So if you look at Ghana, let me go. So you can come to Togo. So Benin, come forward a little bit. So Ghana, let's say our data not available now to be updated. So if we have our cyber policies, that should protect you. Right? So nobody is there to trace it for you to go and arrest them for you. So that is why it's important that the country, we need to really pay attention to cyber security and train people. And that is what exactly Cyber One Defense Communication Limited is doing for the people of Ghana.
So the people of Ghana, are we doing well when it comes to cybersecurity?
Why not? So it's a step forward. I believe from 2020 we've been able to establish the National Cybersecurity Authorities, the CSA.
Okay.
And then also now we've seen the data protection being enhanced. Now the cybersecurity coming out with a lot of regulations. So I believe that it's a step forward. And now that Ghana is embracing the digitalization, there is the need for us to look at it more, because now if we are doing more digital, then there's possibility that the cyber threat will also go high.
Yeah.
So then we need to balance the scope. If not, we'll be singing new songs.
I can just imagine the number of threats.
Yeah.
I see today the conversation using AI and technology to build an unstoppable business.
Exactly.
And I see you've opened a number of tabs for us.
Right.
So I guess the very first question will be, how can we integrate AI into a business?
Thank you very much. Good morning to our viewers. So yes, we're looking at AI, and we've known AI to be machine learning, right? So if you look into the European stories or the foreign stories, one man that has been dominating quite recently is my own man, Elon Musk, that has developed a lot. There was a movie shown by Will Smith 24, and now 2024, whatever was shown in the movie is happening live.
AI, I Am Legend.
Yeah. So now AI, America now having self-drive taxis by Elon, having other Tesla develop all these things. So we are looking at AI. So when you're talking about AI, we're talking about artificial intelligence. And when you're looking at artificial intelligence, we are looking at ways that gadgets, devices, are going to do what human beings should have been doing. So I mean that if you're supposed to present yourself at the office as a front desk personnel, responding to clients, now we having technology to do that. That is artificial intelligence. Now moved all the way to ML, machine learning. Now machine learning is where we train machines to do things, so high tasks that human beings could have find it difficult doing, right? So maybe if you go to the production environment where a human being has to go into some critical dangerous areas, now we're trying to use machines to be doing so, integrating that you saw on TikTok. Hi, I'm a robot. Those are machine learning. Then move to the NN, neural network. Now in the neural network, that's where we integrate with the mind. So now AI, we have Elon Musk also bringing out an idea that you can put a chip in the mind of somebody.
Is it the neural link?
Neural link, right? And then now where we are now is the deep technology. And now this now what the challenging or the beautiful aspect of this is that now the AI is being given program, not to just obey the program, but to think and take decision by itself on the program. Deep technology. So yes, so I have trained this AI, have given them a patterns of code, of command, right? So if you come to Cyber One Defense, we are developing our own AI, and we are training that to think that, okay, you've asked a question, how can we combat Momo crime in Ghana? Now, so the patterns of commands given to it was maybe 3 or 4, but it should be able to think by itself based on the questions, based on how people are asking the questions to answer it. That's where we get into. So we are looking at how we can integrate all these areas into your businesses. How can these enhance our businesses? How can these be able to support your businesses, both SMEs, the small scales
and the medium scale
enterprises, and then governmental, and then we're looking at the bigger scope. So how can we use AI? So zero to hero, leveraging or using AI to build an unstoppable business.
Yes, and then it's like based on what you said so far, before you show us how it's done, but it's like it raises a number of fears, because when you mention Elon Musk, for instance, he showed a video where robots were interacting with people and all, and the fear is that once AI comes into the picture, some of the jobs that humans were doing, it will take over from them, and they will now leave the workforce. You want to allay those fears for those who are afraid of that?
Thank you very much. This is a good question. See, the point here is that AI is not going to take your job. AI is rather going to enhance our productivity and also make it better. Why? Because now AI will need somebody to really control things. So we are talking about a new scope of skills.
Oh, really?
That we need, or an updated skills of whoever you are. An example is a normal marketer who uses to go to Makwala, go to East Legon and talk about his business or his company to people, sell the product.
Or the product.
Now the same person sits online here, use online AI platforms, suggest respective clients, suggest what he has to tell them and how he can approach them. So the same person could be working for company A, B, C, D, making more, enhance his productivity. Now the same person can write a proposal easily without even going to the library, think of bringing Oxford Dictionary, comparing the words and the choice of words you have to use.
Going to resume builder and
you
all.
understand? Yeah, so AI is rather going to better, but there's a fear here is that the people who are not ready to advance themselves. So you are a business owner, you are not thinking of how you can use technology to enhance your business. That's the problem. Now, there is a research that 70% of companies are using AI for customer service relationship.
Yeah, and that's another fear of people. Is that because now the humans who are interacting with other humans,
you go do other things. You go the same company, you have other things to do.
Okay.
You're talking about researching for the company, thinking about even the human resources. You need humans there. So it's making productivity higher and also reducing low productivity from the human aspect.
Okay.
So don't think that you need only your university degree to work now. You need a new set of skills. And that is where we've got into. And see, the issue right now here is that we don't have an option.
Yeah, because AI is the future.
Yes, we don't have an option to say that I won't do it. If you won't do it, please, then it's going to take you off. Right. So we've seen people, how many people can you tell that AI is taking their job from them in Ghana here since the integration of AI?
No, I can't think
none.
of it now.
But rather, people are using AI to build up. So if I'm a business person and I'm thinking of my global or my input or my output is only Ghana, now I'm thinking of how to expand to Nigeria, West Africa, because I'm having a lot of integration that will help me.
Yeah, it even allows you to even contact the rest of the world as well.
So it's rather expanding us.
Yeah.
So please you should take off that fear that AI is going to take your job, right? If you are lazy, then it is. But I believe you and I, watching us this morning, you are not lazy. So it's not going to take your job. Thank you.
And it's funny that you mentioned Will Smith earlier because that was another fear of his in the movie. So actually you've opened a number of sites over here. So how do we integrate it into our business?
All right, sure. So let's start with this guy.
The famous ChatGPT.
The famous ChatGPT. You know, it's quite unfortunate that people have not heard about this guy.
Yeah, serious.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So let me talk to you about it. Right. So we're talking about the ChatGPT, a chatbot, and this what it does is that it's going to be your friend. So you see, then time you go to Google and search for information and other things. Now here this can be your friend. Now, so look at it. I'm let's say a graduate, right?
Okay.
And I want to start something. I don't have any business. I want to start business, right? So what do? I just come to this guy here, ChatGPT, right? And I just let me just type in something. Okay, so let's say give. I just want to be simple. Give me. I don't want to even give me business idea. Right, in Ghana. I just say in Ghana.
Okay, the idea. Okay.
It will even.
It's even autocorrect. Okay.
Now look at it. So this guy is doing something for me. Right, so it's still writing for me, right? Okay, it gave me some few points, right? Now, so this is my first point. So he has some promising business ideas for Ghanaian, right? Or for Ghana, agricultural venture, renewable energy, e-commerce platform, mobile payment solution, health, so it's giving me, right? Now, I would have fine-tuned this query that I put in that give me business idea based on what I went to study in school.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
Right. Yeah. And you give me business. This I was just general. Didn't want to type much, right? So what is this guy doing? It is researching for you, doing an automated task for you easily without stress. So yes, I'm into something. I can use these things to do it, right? I have a business. I'm into cybersecurity. I can ask, how can I use AI to expand my business as a cybersecurity company in Ghana?
Wait, why don't we just type it out? Okay, yeah, that command is, and this one is not voice activated. So.
Yes. So we can even activate voice to it. Now, so here, I could also say, I'm a cybersecurity company in Ghana. Yeah. How can I expand my business in Ghana?
And it
will list for you.
Yeah. So I'm sure out of everything, you still get something that you can use.
Still get
fine-tune it to suit.
And the point here is that after getting something, you need to go further. Yeah. It gives me a business idea, education, and tutoring service, right? I can just copy this one and put it in there. So I can just copy, maybe I need this guy, right? I need this guy. I can just copy this guy here like this, right? And copy this guy. let me come here and just put in there. I didn't do anything. I just typed one thing. It came. Let me paste in here. Okay, here. All right. Then I just say enter. Okay, let me do the enter here. Now come up here. Now it's writing for education, right? And it's now giving me. It's now pinning down. So
and
look
it's breaking it down.
It's breaking down for me, right? Small, breaking down. Now, assuming I want maybe vocational training, I could just copy this guy again, right?
Yeah.
And put in. So till I'm done with my search, I would have fine-tuned whatever I want.
Yeah.
So we are talking about using this in your day-to-day thing. So this thing, whoever you are, whatever business you are doing, we can. Right, so that's just a starting point using those chatbots, right? Now, going forward, we can also use Google Trends.
Google Trends?
Yeah.
Not Google itself, but like Google Trends?
Yeah, Google Trends.
Okay.
So explore what Ghana is searching for right now. Now, do you know what's happening now? Now, the internet, we need to understand this, that to grow my business, if this morning I'm here, I live on social media, and I found something like maybe shoes, I may pin that shoes down, but I may not need it now. Yeah. But when I go to Google platform and I go to search for shoes, the first 3 companies that come, I'm likely to buy from one.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because the social media I wasn't ready, just hit me up. But Google, I was ready to search. Now, so Google is one of the areas as a business person to think around.
Okay.
Now, so we are looking at exploring what the world is searching, exploring what the Ghana is searching. So if I know what Ghanaians are searching, I can create a demand for them.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I could use this to search for what the trends in Ghana. So I am a cybersecurity guy. The trends in the cyberspace. Then I know that, okay, well, Ghanaians are now suffering from ransom attack. Can I develop a solution around that? Yeah. Because I know that the demand is there.
That is true.
You remember these, let me use some of these alcoholic companies. Within the space of COVID, most of them changed production to producing sanitizers because the demand came.
Yeah, you just switch to that. Yeah.
So this would be able to give you a clue of what is happening on this. These things are a lot. Now we come here.
So that one you do google.com and then
you just go to Google and search for Google Trends.
Okay.
Google Trends. Yeah. What is trending on Google? What is on Google now?
Okay.
Right, and that we could make something out of that. Now, experience site creation like never before. Create with AI.
Which site is this one?
This one is Wix.com.
Okay, Wix.com. Okay. This is for creating websites.
Okay, so we're talking about how we can empower our business. So you have a business, don't have a website. It's a lack. Do you know why? Because thinking of business, you thought of going to rent a shop.
Yeah.
And people come to you physical. Now you have created a Facebook page, Instagram page, TikTok page. You need to have an online presence.
Yeah.
That is a website. A web page that contains whatever you do for people to trust you, not to purchase it. People just go to your website just for credibility's sake.
To know that you're a credible kind of business. Yeah.
You understand?
Because you realize that some of these things, even in as much as AI has made life easier for us, there are still some people, unscrupulous persons, you order from them and then they tell you to pay before they deliver and you don't hear from them again.
So
how do we fight them, like know which one is fake and which one isn't from all this?
Yeah, so when it comes to the space, in as much as AI is helping grow businesses, it's also producing threat and attack, right? So some of the threats that we have online today in terms of online purchasing and all these things, one of them is that you purchase, it doesn't come on time and all these things. To detect, right, that's why we say that make sure that you do research, information gathering on the page you are interacting with. Now, I've made the page on Instagram. Have I checked on Facebook if they have presence there? What about Google? Do they have a website? Do they have a physical location? Do you have a number to call? So I do all those analysis. If it's a scam page, likely that they are just on Instagram. And also on Instagram, I could just go to the 3 dot up there, click on it and look at about the page. I will see that if the page has changed in name more than 2 or 3 times.
So it gives you all that information.
It gives you all that information. One day we will log in Instagram and show people, right? So it gives you how long the page name has been changed. Now Cyber One Defense has been Cyber One Defense. So when you go there and you see you have changed from maybe 5 times, that means that the name was maybe shoes. The scam people went to furniture, scam people went to something.
They keep changing.
They keep changing because they have the followers. They have built the followers.
So they don't want to lose that page.
They don't want to lose that page. So that is it. So that is how we can check that. So we do investigation on them. So
I know Google is free. ChatGPT is also free. Is Wix free as well to create the website?
Yes,
is also free.
Yeah, so they have a free version. Even ChatGPT has a free version and a premium version.
Okay.
So if you use a free version and you feel that it's okay for you, you can go for the premium version.
Yeah.
But to create a website, you know now you need a hosting and domain.
Yeah.
If you're able to have the domain name, this one will build it for you. So you're using AI. So you just write what you want to do, and it will build a website for you.
So it's like build a website for GTV Breakfast, and then that's it.
Yeah. So you don't need a web developer, a web designer to build it for you. AI is going to do it for you.
So
that's a create. So create with AI. Create with AI. So you click on it, you log in, and then
so to log in, you
sign up. You can sign up with your Gmail or your Facebook, but that is not advisable. So
you've explained that a number of times.
Let's go through. So quickly, let me just run through. I know my time, right? So we have free SRM software and tools for your business, right? So Think Software is just about contact your manager. So thinking about management software that will help you manage all your organizations or your business, how you can manage everything. That is what HubSpot, right? So you have a HubSpot there to manage it. Now, one of the ways also businesses grow is also into your emails, how you can be able to respond quickly to your emails, use emails. So 10 emails into revenue, right?
Oh, really? That would be nice.
Yes. So you remember, especially when you sign up onto a call, they say, can we give you a newsletter and all those things? These are to sell their services, other services that you have no idea about to you. True. And how do they do it? They use platforms like this. So we have the MailChimp.com, right? And that will do that for you. So if you're a business person and you are thinking of how you can turn your emails into revenue using AI, there's this website for you. Maybe you've not thought about that, but this one we can consider that doing, right? We have other platforms. So here, this platform too is also able to use, chatbot to respond to your customers.
So it's like when customers have a problem or something, they come in.
Yeah, they come in. So this one and also this one to help you.
Which one was that one? Chatbot?
So here we have the sales
loft. Okay. Sales loft.
Yeah, and we have this one also doing that for you. Now, quickly, let me run through to the very last one here. This one. Yeah, that one. Okay. Now here. This is one of the platforms I just want businesses to really use now. Canva can boost your business.
Okay.
Talking about it, developing flyers, presentation, whatever you are thinking of, just close that. Yes, so here. So if you come to Canva designing, you have a lot of things that you can do right? So logos, posters, flyers, brochures, social media, website development. When it comes to businesses here, you can look into business here. It comes education. Also, it just pop up. So we have them already here. So visuals, documents, we have document, presentation, whiteboard, PDF, a lot of things that AI, all these ones are powered by AI. So these ones, you don't need any person, you don't need a graphic designer, you don't need an IT guy to take you through. You can just visit it.
You need to pay?
No, Canva has free and premium. All these platforms has free. So the free is limited to something, but most of the things that you may need, you may use it in free. So after that you feel that, okay, this is something my company can invest in doing, and then they pay a month, something small, and you have access to that forever.
So they intentionally give you like free, and then when you realize how good it is, they'll be like, you need to come for the premium.
So you understand the idea. And this is by the developers. You seen?
Yeah.
So if you're a developer right from KNUST Tech and you think there's no job, create some for yourself.
Yeah.
Using AI. Because now this is somebody's development, and a lot of people, we are talking about that this morning.
Right. Earlier when we started and we talked, the first one was ChatGPT, and we were like, and then I was surprised some people didn't know about it. It raises the question of how our literacy levels are not that high. So when it comes to, for instance, our Ghanaian market, how do we merge the two? For those who are not AI savvy, technology savvy, how do they merge it to their business? But for instance, if you sell a makola or something like that.
So I think one of the primary ways that we can check education, so providing education, and now I think that WhatsApp has done the best that they could do. Now you have AI on WhatsApp. You go to your WhatsApp, you see that blue icon there, you can talk to it. So it's about just educating our market women, having kind of training. One thing that we lack here is mentorship, in-service training, and all these things for these people. So if the market women, since they are on social media, the market women, you go and most of them, if they are lesbians, they watch TikTok and these things. And so I believe that if there's more education, there's more advocacy on these things, like what we do every day on Thursday here, we put on our social platforms, at least they will chance on conversations like this, and that will inform them, will change their perspective, how they think, knowing that now your business is not just in Makwala. It can come online. Yeah. I know a lady who has a shop in Nima, but making so much sales on TikTok. The same things that she packaged them and put their price on it. So 200 cedis, 300 cedis, and he will list the thing. If it's provisions, she does it nicely, and every day she's delivering.
So while people are just wasting their time, scrolling through videos, other people too are making money. Anyway.
So you see, all these things are empowered by these AI platforms.
So using AI and technology to enhance your business, it means you even put Ghana on a global stage, and it is the future.
Yes, it is the future. So finally, we have also developed a book right here. So Zero to Hero, using AI and technology to build an unstoppable business. So after doing this research for almost a month, right? That's fine. I think it's logged. So after doing this research for some month, we found out that there's a need for us to produce a content on this, and that is what Cyber One Defense we have done. We are not just talking about this. We have developed a book. This is almost around 130 to 40 pages, instructing you as a business. You know what we have done right now? Maybe you might not be able to catch up, but we have a tall list of how you can build it using AI.
David, thank you so much.
And this book, we are launching it just this Saturday. I'm inviting you.
That was a good one. So Zero to Hero launching this Saturday. David, thank you so much for educating us this morning. That's our Cyber One security expert on the show. We are going to create a website right after this break. So don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
Hashtag Stop Ghana. I'm saying now, good morning, welcome to the show, 17th of October 2024. It's time for public interest, and today we're looking at the plight of the Kayayei, the headquarters who help people get their stuff from the market to their cars and to their homes all around the country, focusing on a particular person who got into a plight that you will be watching on this video. It was a feature done by my colleague here, Maltiti Saida Sadiq. So check out what we have for you on today's public interest.
It is estimated that about 200,000 Kayayeis are plying their trade in Accra and Kumasi, and also even other regions of Ghana, regional capitals I should say. And in Tema Station alone, because I am currently at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, Rich, very close by is Tema Station, and it houses over 1,400 Kayayei girls. The social canker of Kayayei is one that comes with a lot of woes, and from how they are abused on the streets, in their habitats, to how they give birth to children and have no means to cater for them, as well as catering for themselves, and then leaving the north and coming this far just to find a source of livelihood is one that has been worrying. Unfortunately, it's a social issue that has taken a political twist, and various political parties and representatives have said, you know, interventions that they will do for them. But fundamentally, the problem of the Kayayei and the burden she faces still exists and is rife in our society. This story is about how they ply their trade in the Greater Accra region, but with a zero-down focus on a young girl who didn't even know she was pregnant, wrote BECE, and came to the capital to work and make a livelihood, and had to give birth at a bus stop. She didn't know she was pregnant, and so we're going to let her tell you her story.
Nayoko ka ankana botuma ka tunda kaya kanjira
Sokoro yakazani
SS3 DSS3
ada bencha SS
bencha
Nayoko ma ka chan school so ada be mi na malpuka kana ankara Ula ka jo amada na yaka ada be cafe
demonstration
kadena nga kama
purunda bera kartre chanala
so banan da so
embedma
nje de bima Ula zo kai na je bima
Lugarima kalagri Mbona nirbe sungma kan go hapima dama tapanka Ndabona leve nice nya sangsambura mbakana amambene
Kayayei abankana ma bula ka bapam kana ankara
Lagaruzugo
We're currently at Tema Station, and this is the abode of most of the Kayayei people. I am going to show you vividly a night in the life of the Kayayei woman or the Kayayei girl, and what they have to contend with when they try to come and have rest before the next day they go back to their daily jobs of being beasts of burden. But I'm going to speak to one of the Kayayei women who assisted the lady in question to have the baby. We can call her a traditional midwife for now. Okay, so wula kada kana.
So opuma wanda pile kilo beirem. So got a border in the Tazanguchan hospital. Cocoa cancer number one. So to go stop la lorema ka tuntuma masoka koma pilo bene yebo. Kama yellow member choco jin. So Kukulampa hospital man. So that's a bunch of jira. So Kota would be nama, Kanzang Chinchinoma, Nzia Bima, Kanabla, Balam, inside Mamba Yina. So Ratizan Gari, and to no payment. Garma, Patazang so, Ishar Puruma. So what paper Garma at the Shar Puruma, Kana Mayana. So Bima Mongoluna, Kadangmane, Dendanya, Azaraso, Trazanga Kangwa, and Jelogo could be inside. Atian Denama, Bima Fusama, Brechana Pampam, so Kabara Zang Bima Hospital. But
no malpua.
Ai, to so sorabami.
Urabang malpua.
Ai.
Ura kushir la kaya ma haltija.
Uratum la indo miwara ansana.
My name is Dr. Yakubu and I work with Kayayei. On that fateful day, I was called and told that one of them is giving birth at Novotel. I've been working with them for the past 10 years, so a lot of them have my number. And most emergencies, I'm usually their first point of call. So when they called, I instructed that they move her to the nearest hospital. And then once I close from work, I'll come to the hospital. So whilst they did that, I was in touch with them and I was told to wait to Ridge Hospital. So they were admitted at the Ridge Hospital. When I got there later, because I work at East Legon, it happened all the way at Novotel. I found out that the mother of the new baby is Aya, a 19-year-old young girl who had come to start doing Kayayei to make some money. I also asked about her educational background. I was told that she's part of those who just wrote BEC and had come down after the exams. Her colleagues were sure if she was pregnant. They said they asked her and she said she wasn't. And when I went to the hospital, I went to the NIHC Nico. We naturally turned to Kenya, but I spoke to some of the nurses and health workers who were giving her treatment. They had to do a couple of labs, blood culture, because she was giving birth in public, just to make sure the baby is okay. We got some medications and we reached out to people who are willing to support, and we did have some people come through. We also sought to some support for the mother, because hitherto they're planning on running away because they didn't know what to do or get the money to pay the bills. But then we assured them that we will do what it takes to make sure that they will are paid. We will reach out to as much people as we can reach out to. And then at the end of the day, also their treatment for she herself, Alia. And then today, the baby is about to be discharged. And this is where we've seen the kids too. Because she was a young girl, a teenager who was confused as to what to do. She wanted to run away, as mentioned earlier, because she didn't know what to do. Her parents were unaware, and she probably was overwhelmed with the thought of what would she do. She told me she wants to go to school. That's what she mentioned to me. She can't speak Twi, but she speaks English, so they're able to communicate in English. She said she wants to go to school, and one of the reasons why she came was to come and look for me and then get ready to go to school. I said, but for childbirth, that was her plan, to go back to school. So hopefully, in the future, as I explained to her, once the baby is a bit grown, she can take the baby to the mother who is alive, and I've spoken to her as well, so that she can continue the school. So these are the conversations we had. I'm calling on anybody who is touched by the story of Alia and wants to help Alia in any way to reach out to support. I said we've been doing it for a very long time. We've had benevolent individuals who have reached out and supported these girls. We have a couple of programs which we have introduced to support some of these girls. Some girls are being supported in school. Some girls are also being supported in entrepreneurship, in the past trainings, And as we speak, an e-commerce platform for some of the girls who have been trained in various skills to produce products, and a platform to sell their products or make their product to reach a bigger audience. I'm calling on anybody who is touched by the story of Alia and wants to help Alia in any way to reach out to support.
All right, so that's public interest this morning, looking at the phenomenon of the Kayayei, the headquarters, female headquarters, who most of them come from northern part of Ghana to come and work in the urban areas. And this particular one, who was pregnant, came to Accra, didn't know she was pregnant, delivered in the Novotel, the bus stop. And so, why did you get involved in this story, Maltiti?
So when I went to Kumasi for a workshop, and I went to KJTR Market, at the time I went to do a feature for the breakfast show on food prices, and I saw the girls just lying at the markets like lizards in the open. And when at night and during the day, and when I asked them, a lot of them said, well, maybe I am in school, but I have to come and look for school fees and go back and pay for the fees. Some of them have finished junior high school and they don't have money to continue. And I asked them, where are your parents? And they said their parents, they help them during the farming season. And once the farming season is over, there's nothing to do in the north. So there's no money, sustenance for them during the period before the next rainy season comes. So when Dr. Yakubu, who works with the Kayayei people, reached out to me that he's been working with them for over 10 years. The girl is in plight. The 19-year-old girl gave birth to the baby at the Novotel bus stop. And they're at Niku. The bills are piling up. There's no way to pay for the bills. And even after she gave birth, she ran away. That she's not, she can't take care of the child. She can't even take care of herself. How is she taking care of the child?
So she's left Accra?
She was brought back.
She was brought back to Accra.
She was brought
she's
back.
In Accra now.
Yes. So we had to do a lot of talking to her to accept the baby, and we'll find a way to get her support, because she says she still wants to go to school and become a nurse. Now the issue of Kayayei is like there's parental exploitation, because they work and they send money back home for their parents, and also the lack of opportunities and jobs for the idle parents in the north. Leaders in this country and in the north need to wake up and do something better about the position of the youth and parents, because if there are no jobs, they keep coming. The doctor told me thousands of them are coming. Their mothers are bringing them, and they don't have anywhere to stay because they can't pay for rent. So they are sleeping at the bus terminals, and some of them do sex transaction for safety, for menstrual sanitary pads and hygiene products, and so they are just left to their own fate.
What's the solution? Briefly.
Well, government recently has tried by building the Kayayei training centers and hostels, but the sustainability of it. So when you train them, what happens? You give them a machine, which NGOs have done over time. Some of them are bussed back to the north, but the payment of the person who trained them in that skill is one cost. Then chop money to and fro the training center is another. Then when they are done, what avenues do they have to do the products and sell it, the ready market? If they can't rent a shop, the container, they are back to square one. They feel like, I just have to come and do something that will give me money quickly that I can depend on. I met girls at the terminal who said they taught them bead making bags, but the cost of the products, because they don't have capital, the ready markets for it, and the sustainability. So those who want to go back to school, they are people who are helping them go back to school. So maybe there should be a program to reintegrate Kayayei girls back in school and have some different kind of skills training for them. Skills training that's, have ready jobs, opportunities. They don't have to finish and they are now looking for capital. Even educated people who want to do business struggle to get capital, not to talk of a Kayayei girl that an investor will be wondering what their returns will be like. So these are some of the solutions.
Where's the baby?
The baby is still at the Ridge Hospital, Niku.
Detained because of bills?
Because of bills.
She's back in Accra?
Yes, she's back in Accra.
How can people help?
Social media, you can reach out to me, Saida Maltiti, on social media, or my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or even GTV Ghana, everyone's social media. You can inbox our admin. He's a friendly person, and he will let us know what support you have. Is it baby sanitary items or even money to help pay the bills at NICU so that the baby can be released to the mother?
Does she want the baby?
Now she wants the baby.
Now she wants the baby.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Well, that's a public interest issue we brought to you right here on Public Interest. Thank you very much, Maltiti.
Thank you
for following up on that story. Hopefully, we can get some help. You know where to go. Go to social media, GTV Ghana, and then her handles as well. It's your handle is Multi-Decider Sadiq on Facebook, everywhere. And then let's see what we can do to help. This has been Public Interest right here on GTV Breakfast. We're going into the stadium, for Akosia and her gang to give us the latest in the world of sports. I'll come back for headlines with the Reverend Sheikh, and we have Madam Elizabeth Sam, who is the running mate to Mr. Kofi Akpalu, presidential candidate for the LPG. How is she supporting her candidate? You'll find out on today's show. Don't go anywhere.
It's everywhere. Hey. 8K. Hey.
Backstop Galamsey. Now it's 7:25, and I'm throwing it back 15 years ago, yesterday, October 16th, 2009. And this was the final of the Under-20 World Cup between Ghana and Brazil. You know the story. We went a man down for a very long period of the game, and it went to a penalty shootout. And we're bringing you back the shootout, just because it's raining and we need to lift our spirits. So here comes the shootout. U20 final 2009. And I hope we made you smile. That day, most of us will never forget. It was just wonderful, to go a man down and then go a penalty down, and it looks like everything is like down, but you don't give up, and then you make the victory happen. It's a beautiful day, 16th October 2009, forever etched on our minds, forever. Where were you when that game happened? I know where I was. I was in Niger recording a game show, and the Nigerians were all on our side, which was wonderful. Yeah, it was really, really, really great. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, thanks for those memories. I'm sure you can tell us where you were, how you felt. And to think that most of that team ended up playing in the World Cup. Really good players, really, really good players. The graduation was good from under 20 to senior team, and they did things for us in Germany. They did things for us in South Africa. Brazil wasn't that great. 2018, we didn't go to Russia. 2022, we went to Qatar. Will we get to America and Canada and Mexico in 2026? Your guess is as good as mine, but hey, thanks for the memories. I hope you enjoyed that. It's 7:38. You're watching GTV Breakfast. What was your favorite part of that whole clip that we showed you? Let us know. WhatsApp number is 055-556-1034. Take a quick break. We'll come back with the headlines. Do not go anywhere. It's a rainy Thursday morning, and you are watching GTV Breakfast. Now you're watching us, and it's time for the headlines. We'll take a quick break and be right back. Stop, Galamsey now. Start the headlines now. Here they are. So the big one has to do with exploration of resources. Ghana's crude oil production dips. So the public, PIAC, observes this dip and is calling for urgent action. That's your Ghanaian Times. Big story, reserves, resources. Daily Graphic, abysmal Black Stars need rescue after 42 years trophy drought. Pictures there of the Minister for Youth and Sports, Mustafa Yusuf, the President of the Ghana Football Association, Kurt Okreku, and the Black Stars coach, Otto Addo. Yep. That's your Daily Graphic. Sports. So resources to sports. Daily Dispatch is leading with Baumia's soaring popularity will be reflected in the results on December 7th. I'm sure that's somebody's opinion there that has made the headlines. All right, the business analyst. ADB recovers over 500 million cedis from non-performing loans in 9 months as the bank's risk management practice improves. Okay. Business analyst. The Daily Statesman, MPP is winning December elections, declares their running mate. Okay. The Daily Searchlight, MPP government makes history, becomes minority in parliament as lawless Bagbin strikes again. Page 2. New Finder, financial discipline key for medium, small, and MSMEs, you know. MSMEs, I know what it is, but I don't have it today. The cocoa is working on my brains. Success is not a matter of luck, says Professor Latte. If you know what MSMEs are, let me know, all right? Okay. Supreme newspaper, Napo expresses satisfaction over current unity among Equatia MPP ahead of elections. All right. That's your Supreme. Today's Throwback Thursday. And so we're going to give you a throwback song right now. And this is coming from Obrafo. Enjoy. Bravo, always great. And so are my guests, always great. They make our Thursdays come alive. It may be raining outside, but in the room here it's warm because of their warmth. Reverend Dr. Lawrence Tete is the president and founder of the Worldwide Miracle Outreach, and Sheikh Arimia Shaibu is the spokesperson for the National Chief Imam. Gentlemen, I'm so happy to see you.
I'm so glad. I mean,
it's been a while.
Reverend went for 2 weeks, Charlie.
You were in the wilderness.
It's actually like 1 year for me.
I didn't realize that tomorrow is exactly 3 weeks I've been away.
Yes, you've been away for a while.
Yes.
Where have you been?
Well, I've been to 11 countries.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was in France, I was in Austria, I was in Hungary, I was in Norway, I was in the US. I went down to Czech Republic, to Slovak. I was in Germany, and of course in UK.
Just a whole,
the beauty is that I had a chance to travel with the family.
Great.
Barbara and I had all this. We went to 11 countries, and it was fun. I mean, coming back yesterday was just exciting, except for the fact that I've been following Ghana news, and I feel sad for my country.
Oh, Charlie.
I think we have been very petty with our politics.
Yeah, I mean,
we have been very cheap with the choice of words we use. We have been very callous with the way we approach things. And we don't mind how we undermine people's hard-won reputation in the name of politics. And I listened, I watched everything, and of course so many bad things have happened. But even in the midst of the bad things, the way responsible people have spoken irresponsibly, I think I feel very bad. And Sheikh, we need to pray for our nation. Kafui, we need to pray for Ghana. We need to pray for Ghana. The scripture that that comes to mind is a scripture every politician have used on their lips, both Muslims, Christians, and Hindus, and whatever, and even fetish priests. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray, whether it is through Krishna or Hindu or Allah. Or Jesus. In fact, if you know how to pray, please pray. If my people who are called by my name will pray and seek my face, humble themselves first, humble, humility, and pray. And shake, the humility aspect is lost. People speak as though they are gods. I'm seeing some aspirants give promises that even God cannot give. And I've seen parliamentarians, a parliamentarian listening to a parliamentarian giving some promises as though when they come, they decide what the finance ministry should do and everything should do. And I think that this whole issue of deceit should also be really checked. And our electorates should learn to place values on the things we do. But beyond that, Kafu and Sheikh, a culture of insult. I think it's a shame. Ghana is too civilized. I didn't even realize until you listen to Ghanaian news and statements and you realize that, oh my God, is that what we've got into? That older people don't respect younger people, and younger people are not respecting older people, and we are creating a very bad impression of ourselves. I met a lady in London, in a very prestigious office in London. In fact, she works in the House of Lords, and she spoke to me about a particular incident in Ghana, and I felt very much ashamed that she thought the way it was even approached doesn't make the Ghanaian that was there. This was half Ghanaian, half English. Somebody who is not misraised and expected so much of Ghana. She was ashamed as to the approach. So please, let's pray for Ghana. Let's pray that God guides our tongue, God guides our heart, God give us the spirit of humility, and also we shouldn't forget that this whole election thing is not war. Definitely, we know one person will win. I said the last time, I prophesied that the next president of Ghana is going to be a Northerner. The next president of Ghana is going to be a Northerner, and that one, mark my words. It's Sheikh, did you hear what I said?
Well, I heard it.
Did you hear what I said? What did I say? The next president of Ghana is going to be a Northerner, and it's also the next vice president of Ghana is going to be an Akan.
By all means.
And this one is ditto. You cannot miss it, bro. But please, let's be very measured. Let's be very mindful, especially those of us who've had a chance to be in the public space to speak. We shouldn't forget that whatever we do now will haunt us if we don't handle it well. And those of you who are also going into politics now, that eventually might end up meeting the vetting committee, be very mindful with your choice of words, because those choice of words can haunt you when you eventually settle down. And then you realize that, had I known, he said, it's a philosophy of a fool. Don't be a fool.
Don't be a fool. I'll come to you, Sheikh, shortly for your words, but I want to jump onto the phone right now. And you know, we are still in that basking in the glow of that beautiful victory that we had 15 years ago when our team beat Brazil in the Under-20 World Cup. But then when you come to the present day and you look at our Black Star performance, it makes you feel like you want to reign in your heart. On the line now is veteran coach J.E. Sapong to give us a few of his insights on where we are now, what we need to do to get back to those heights from which we fell. Coach Sapong, good morning. Welcome to GTV Breakfast. Black Stars, good morning. How do we shine again, La? Good morning. Yes. Black Stars, what's going on, Coach?
Oh, what is going on is what we have seen.
Oh, Coach, are you a philosopher too? I mean, I was just looking at the highlights, the penalty shootout, the 2009 Under-20 World Cup that Ghana played. Just reflected that the team, majority of that Under-20 team ended up playing in the World Cup in 2000. A lot of them played in the World Cup in the 2006, the World Cup 2010. There was a smooth graduation. Why is that not happening now?
Kapui, this advanced level series question you have asked me this morning, very difficult question, right? Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you. What are your answers?
Well, I'll produce an answer for the benefit of your listening public, right?
Yes, please.
See, it's a way of departing from an arranged organizational perspective that people are not following the laid down principles of building a team. I mean, from the scratch to the top. People who were there had a mission, had a focus that we are aiming at getting to a certain level in the world ladder of football. But now, people have come to take over and they are doing their own thing, getting away with whatever principle that has been laid out. Like the COVID 5-year development plan, that aims to transform us into a formidable state. Now, it's pick and choose and pick. Pick and choose. Where they go and play. We don't have an arranged form of building a team from the schools level that we should know, and then up to the level that we're talking about. Now, ask me, those people you are talking about, where are they now? What is the arrangement for building a useful side to fill the gap that has been left by the national team players when they are leaving? You see, I always talk about people who want to build a team. It's like a poultry farm. When it's time for Christmas, you go there, raise the place, take a power, and go and sell. And then the next year, you have to reap it. If you do this, you can't have a profitable side for a national team. It's a wishy-washy arrangement, and we are paying for what we have accrued now. So for me, I have no cry. I don't cry for the Black Star. I knew it was going to happen one day. And I remember very well that on the DTD Sports Club, I said if we go by this standard, it will take Ghana 6 years or more to be able to build a formidable team to represent the nation.
So your theory is that we are running the Black Stars like a poultry business.
Yes, you go and catch the power and sell Christmas time or Easter time.
So so we have to get out of the poultry business and start running it like what?
We run it like an organized entity. It's an organized entity to build from the scratch. Let's go down there. Let's go down there. Let us go and visit other teams, other countries that have prepared their teams from the scratches up to this level. Let us go and learn. Let us bury our pride. Go to Morocco. Go to Senegal. Go to other countries and learn what they have done up so far. You see, forget about Brazil of Africa. Forget about Ghana being one of the best teams in Africa. No, now we are in zero. We are in zero state. So we should go back there, send people out there, and then let them go and learn and come back here, and then we go ahead.
If it's so obvious, why are we not doing it, Coach?
Selfishness, self-conceited, and then I know that my friend, you are my enemy, I'll talk to you, and all type of things.
What do you think our man, our former coach, Kwesi Appiah, is doing well at Sudan? What is his secret there?
Kwesi has built his capacity to a certain level now. One of the best in the country now. And Kwesi took his time patiently to study most of the coaches that he assisted. So he goes by that, and then he takes that one to build his team. Don't forget that there's been a Black Stars in and out for about 6 years or 10 years, right? So if Kwesi is doing something good, and then others are not doing something good, then there's something drastically wrong with the FA setup. This is a player who has made a name for himself. He was chastised, he was insulted, supported by the FA. You know, you have to get him out because he's not ready to control to something that you want him to do. In this country, if you're a coach and you say yes sir, you will never get enough that thing to coach. Unless you say yes, sir. Oh, take player A, yes, sir. Take Capri. Even if Capri doesn't know how to play, put him in. He's my boy. So how do you progress, my brother? How do you progress? A nation like this. Players here, people don't monitor the players well. If you don't have a manager to talk for you, if you don't have a manager to push you forward, then you are doomed. You go on the street and sell handkerchiefs and sell white pens and sell coffee and sell drinks. Meanwhile, you are a talent for the nation.
So, putting the coach issues aside, how about the players? Do you think the players are giving their all to play for the badge, for the jersey? You feel that?
They were not committed. The desire to play for the nation was not there. It's a matter of representing something on the field. If you watch Sudan and Ghana match, Sudan played with passion. Sudan played as if their lives depended on this match. You know, a war-torn country. They wanted to bring peace to their country. They wanted to bring the people together. So they had to die for the nation. And they did it in grand style. We were there playing as if we are number one, African best players, whatever you have. These are players who are playing outside and scoring goals. Why not in Ghana? How many goals have they scored so far in the competition?
My son said their goal average is 0.25 per game because they've only scored one goal in 4 games.
There is something drastically wrong. I always say that if players don't like the coach, don't play for the coach. If the players don't like don't like the president of the association, they will not play for you. When you call them, they will come because they have money outside. They want to come and bring it to their families and get back. They want the game to come over quickly for them to go back to their club. A whole lot of problems in the team, whole lot of problems in the airway, whole lot of things in this country. We are fed up with this thing, my brother.
You sound very frustrated, Coach. I just want your thoughts on, there was a pep talk that the president of the GFA gave the players before their game against Sudan in Libya. What do you make of that pep talk? And if you were coach, would you allow that to happen?
That's why I don't coach enough that team, because I will not allow even as the president to come to my dressing room. I won't do it. I'll tell you for a plan. Capri, if you read my records as a coach in this country, people will tell you that I will not tolerate this team. You will not enter there. I will lock the gate. You will not enter. You understand? This is a speech you want to deliver. As if you were talking to a bunch of academic students in the dining hall. You see, then impose your presidency on the players who look at the demeanor of the players. They were taken aback because this thing doesn't happen to them in Europe. When the president of the association comes, have you seen British FA president in the dressing of the national team before? I don't know. They have not seen. You know, but if there's a pressure on you, you must know how to wear your way. You know, give them that respect. You know, try to shout yourself out. They will not play well. They are thinking that we will go to call us, but will not come and play. Take your team, won't come. You came up there begging some of us to come and play for you. So now you are shouting at that, I won't come. So the whole package of that speech was just poor. Although it was good intention, but the presentation was bad.
Are we out of AFCON? Should we be thinking of something else at this point with only 2 points from 4 games? The people on top, Angola has 12 points. Second is Sudan, 7 points. Ghana has 2. Niger has 1. We have 2 more games to play. Are we out?
Oh, Capri, it's like taking your daughter to the roadside, see bread, and asking, what is this? The guy will tell you, the doctor will tell you, it's bread. You see, it's bread. That we are out of this competition. You know, we don't expect Sudan to lose so much in the trust. No, Angola is gone already. And we are going to Angola. We are out.
So we're out of AFCON. What next? What would you advise?
Well, I would say that we'll use this opportunity to perhaps reorganize ourselves, you know, and whatever went wrong, we must correct the wrong, and then plot a new way, a new course for the team. Because don't forget, we are playing another qualifier for the World Cup. Or
yes,
we are in the World Cup qualified series, right?
Yes, indeed. After this, we will do World Cup, yeah.
So if we disband the team, who is going to play that match? So it's a way of talking to them, you know. engage stakeholders, engage people who are down to earth, who bury their pride and talk to these players. That look, the nation belongs to you. You don't have any other country like Ghana. You see your friends playing, you should go and play like that.
Right.
Help us. Put the flag of Ghana back on the world market. I think if you have a word and you talk to them, they will come out with their frustrations, and then we move on from there, right?
Quick suggestions for you before you go. Do you want to see more locally players from the GPL? You want to see more Ghana Premier League players in the team? And do you think we should stay with the coach?
Oh, I would say that you take the coach. I would say because I didn't bring him, I didn't employ him. Would you have employed him?
Would you have employed him? Would you have employed him?
Hello?
Would you have employed him?
Oh, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. After the debacle in Qatar, no. And the guy himself told me that he was not coming back, that he should give room to any coach who come, you support him. You should give him free hand to play. And then I go for you. No. I won't do that.
Would you bring in more GPL players into the team?
Yes, you see. At least, not more, about 4 or 5 who are on the market. Dream FC was in Africa. Yes. Mr. Seman had gone. Somerset went. What are they playing there? They play football. And they have gone outside to play. So why don't we bring some in addition to some other stars, and then bring the locally produced food here, get them out to travel, form a model club, picking the best players for the club with the understanding of the management, and then build a team. If not, didn't play for the Black Stars, keep it as a model club. Whenever, like Kwame Nkrumah did, like he did to Republicans. When they need a rising to go for the model club to go and play the president, I think that will do for us.
Coach, I thank you so much for your thoughts and your insights. I wish you the best. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you very much, Kafi.
Beautiful. That's Coach J.E. Sapong with his thoughts on the Black Stars, the management, the coaching, the players. And your thoughts are also welcome on 055-556-1034. Sheikh, I know you're a sports person. You always want Ghana to win. I don't know how you're feeling these days with the Black Stars.
Well, I'm not a football fan, so sometimes I don't get too excited. But except if Ghana is playing for nationalistic reasons, I wish that Ghana will come on victorious. But given what is happening, if you want to ask my view, I think the country should stop spending this huge, this colossal amount, durable US dollars, because anytime we're going to spend on them in dollar terms,
it's a lot of money.
A lot of money from normalization. Look at even normalization committee, how much they spent, how much they were given. So what was normalized? What was normalized?
Maybe the abnormal was made normal.
And we have come, we're spending monies here and there. I think if there's a way to spend our money in a more purposeful manner, I wish such monies would be pumped into the free SHS project. I mean, seriously. Because it is intended to build the future of our nation. I mean, without the politics, please, without the politics of it. Yeah, I'm an educationist, and I appreciate the value of education. It's education that has brought me to this level. So any money spent on education, I support it. Any money. But for us to spend in some of these issues and it's not giving us a result. So football fans, please pardon me, that's the way I feel. I think we must discuss some other important things, in my view. I mean, when I look at this Galamsey thing, I think I will not discuss football.
This is more important to you.
I mean, seriously. And like Reverend said, look, we are still politicizing this issue. It's one of the subjects that is on my mind. We are still politicizing it. People are dying. We are losing our water bodies. We are losing our farmlands. Our cocoa industry is suffering because now they are detecting that our cocoa products are loaded with heavy metals. Yes. And the politicians are not looking at this subject devoid of politics. They are looking at who gets advantage, if I'm able to really put it in this context, or who gets the advantage probably I'll be able to win an election or I will lose an election. I mean, but I think I have a message for the chiefs. Look, if there is any respected king or chief who is listening to me, I have great respect for our leaders, great respect for them. Remember, just like all the past presidents had their term and they went away, and still we had our communities. Very soon, our current president will leave office. Very soon he will leave office. But our communities will remain. We will continue to need our water bodies. So it's not about him. The one who is coming will also have at least, he goes some 8 years.
Yes.
He will go. But your community, your communities will remain. Just like you were there before our politics. Our politicians will leave office and they will enjoy whatever they got in politics. But your communities, your farmlands, your water bodies, great respect for you. So it's not even about the president putting state of emergency, but you are those on the land. It is your land. So you want to remain for all your water bodies to be destroyed, your farmland to be destroyed, and you are waiting for a politician, and you are also adding to it.
So that you have a message for the chiefs.
Yes. As I thought about it. No, look, how many months is left for my great respect for the current president. Great respect for him. How many months is left for him to leave office?
He has 81 days.
81 days.
Less than 3 months.
But can you imagine Otumfuo? Who gives him 8 years for him to leave office?
No. He's done 25 already. Yes.
Or SKB, my great SKB Asante on the Peace Council. Who tells you that somebody can give him 8 years or 12 years for him to leave office? Or Nanankasia. Nanankasia. Escado. Yeah, whose mom's funeral I attended just last weekend.
Kwesi Atah the second.
Yes.
Ogwahini.
And Ogwahini. Or Toby.
Saberima.
And respected Toby.
Yes.
And then Gamanche. You see,
I thought you were going to beat that, but I was on trap for you.
No, seriously. Look, it is for them. They are our leaders. We live with them before our politics. So if somebody is making policy with this, they must come out. Look, this is water. This water. Which I traveled across the prayer. I mean, going to Second D. I have lived in the Commander. I keep on telling you that's where I did my sergeant as a laborer before. So I have traveled across that bridge, and I saw how clean that water was before, and the sharp contrast now when I traveled there, and now our chiefs on whose land this water runs, our chiefs on whose land our cocoa farms are, we are destroying the mainstay of our economy. And they are waiting for the president. And the whole arrangement for fighting this, I have a problem with it. You got 100 military people. And they move en masse to one side. When they move here, the people are doing it here. And then the information is going. The moment they see that they are coming here, they move. And they are only burning champagnes. No one has been arrested. What are the drones? So that the plan must be done it is centrifugal. That is spread from the center. So that they are moving concurrently, and we see how we can tackle this. So I want to call on whoever's in charge, from the president to the minister down to MCEs, but more importantly,
the chiefs,
to our chiefs, the respected chiefs on whose land these things are taking place.
Okay. On that note of the chiefs, there's a clip I want to play for you, and this has to do with some chiefs who have made it very clear that they won't accept mining in their communities, and they were very, very forthright with this matter. So it's by courtesy of Joy News, I play you this clip to tie in with what you said about chiefs having to stand up and take a clear stand. Check it out.
I did a little agric in school. If this dust is settling on our crops, all the crops, the photosynthesis that the crops are supposed to have a good yield and a healthy yield will be defeated. Therefore, even if our crops produce some food for us and we eat, the nutrition that we are supposed to get from them, we will not get it. So we are strongly against mining in these communities.
Earlier this year, June 2023, the residents of Central Kofi, Lobi, Akpafu and Bori formed an anti-iron ore mining committee to have a united front to kick against any mining activities in their area. 6 months on, the residents have gone beyond the formation of a committee to mount notices in the various communities to ward off any investor who wants to mine iron ore in the area. Nana Kofi Olato IV is the Chidomhini for Central Kofi traditional area.
We are still warning the government never to come and tamper with our beautiful mountains for any mining activities. That is why we have mounted those signboards. And there are more also to be mounted, even beyond our area here. We are very prepared to mount one in Hokwe district. One intruder into the community. We are very, very wild. We are not joking with the mining activities that the government wants to take place here. So any prospect that wants to come, the person should stay away entirely.
He says anyone who flouts their orders does so at his own peril, not even the minister.
If they say that it's at your own risk, it's a very big warning. If you come here and you don't go back home, that is the risk that you are facing.
Yeah. So the chiefs in the Central Kofi and adjoining areas have made it very clear that they don't want to destroy their beautiful mountains. So for me, that was the key thing. That you see this beautiful, and he was standing in front of the beautiful mountains. So we don't want our beautiful mountains to be destroyed. So they've put up signboards warning people not to come over and destroy their place. So the chiefs have that power. And it's, as Sheikh was saying, it's time for them to move and start speaking. We've been joined here by the first Deputy Majority Whip in Parliament, Honorable Habib Idris. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
All right, you're jumping into issues of Parliament shortly, but Rev, just quick take on the involvement of chiefs in fighting the scourge of illegal mining.
I think my big brother Sheikh has said it all. Mm-hmm. It is very embarrassing and shameful for chiefs in our communities to say they don't know who the mining corporates are. You cannot go to anybody's farm and just go and till the place there or go to anybody's land without the consent of the chiefs. So if they say they are not aware of the mining, that gives me a lot of questions to answer. You know, my father, Kafwe, was a senior High Court official, or Supreme Court, whatever, registrar. Those days, they are the highest. And we used to travel across the nation. So we take water from Brim, we take water from Pra, we take water from Ankova. Mm-hmm. And it's when we come home, it's a game. We can't even test and say, this is water from me, this one. We used to drink it. Today, that is not there anymore. So chiefs, please be very mindful. Posterity will judge all of us if we don't handle this issue of Galamsey well. Because that pittance you are getting through this illegal mining that is destroying us will eventually destroy your whole community, your whole family. And certainly we might desist from it. Let's be very mindful. It's a very sad situation.
Thank you very much.
I feel very embarrassed that chiefs will hide behind not knowing what is happening on their land when nobody can come and take 1 foot on their land without their consent. I think that is not right.
Your thoughts are very much welcome. 055-556-1034. Honorable Idrisu is here with us to talk about matters of Parliament, which has reconvened. Today is day 3 since you came back.
Yes.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going on well. Everything is all right.
What are the key issues of business that you'll be dealing with? This is a very short session, right?
Yes. Normally, when we are approaching elections like this, we come back to consider other business. Among others, where the minister responsible for finance will be presenting the budget for the first quarter of next year, since it's an election year. So we have that on the table. The Minister for Finance will come. We also have other businesses like the EPA bill, which is very important.
Environmental Protection Agency.
Yes, yesterday we were able to finish all the clauses amendment. So today we'll do the third reading and possibly pass the EPA. We have the social protection bill that we have to look at, and we also have the constitutional bill that seek to allow people with dual citizenship, with the exception of the president and the vice president, to hold public offices, including being members of parliament. We also have the 250 million IDA loan for the financial sector recovery. We have about 2 judges that were vetted by the appointment committee. We need to consider the report. We also have about 46 companies under the 1D1F for tax exemptions and other bills that we might consider. You know, we've already started, like I told you yesterday, we are done by the clause amendment on the EPA. And then today we'll do the passing and look at the constitutional review. Then we'll also look at other business among us.
When I told some of the people that I was going to be speaking with you, they said I should ask you, how was it that members of parliament were able to pass a bill that allowed people to mine in the forest? They want to know.
You see, when you look at the mining sector, I think Sheikh and Reverend have been able to comment on this issue. It should go beyond politics. And if you allow politicians to actually zero it down to say that is the problem of politicians. Now, we are in election year and it's tight. Politicians want to use the mining area to win. The 2 leaders, 2 main runners, should come and state their position on this mining issue for us to be able to understand. If there is any government that has been able to fight Galamsey, it's the MPP government. And you could see that government were punished. In fact, the MPP government was punished for fighting illegal mining. And you could see that in 2020 results. The mining areas, if you look at the seats, many of them, the MPP lost the seat because of how vigorous the Akufo-Addo government was fighting it. But it's still not enough.
But if you're doing the right thing and you are punished, are you not doing the right thing? You're doing the right thing.
Thank you. So that's what I'm saying, that if we leave it to only politicians to talk about it, if chiefs are being involved now, and as they are stating it, because normally when you go with this mining thing, government come in, but the chiefs also have role to play. Sometimes they give the land, they themselves, the community themselves are happy that what is going on they are getting, but they don't look at deeper what is going to cost for the community or the nation. So I think when it comes to mine, I think my flag bearer, Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia, have made it categorically clear on his idea what he thinks should be done in the mining sector.
I think with respect, though, you're not answering the question. Though.
I'm answering your question.
No, I'm asking about LI 2642. How did Parliament pass that law?
You see, when bills or some of these regulations come to Parliament, normally Parliament don't seek to say that go and do Galamsey. Galamsey is what we have a problem with. Small-scale mining is not forbidden in our books. So definitely if they bring it to Parliament and Parliament pass such a regulations, we haven't done anything wrong, because we are saying that, okay, there is a law that is going to govern on the activities as to how you can do the mining. But what is actually affecting our body, our water bodies, and polluting our environment is not the small-scale mining. It's actually the Galamsey that we are saying. People who are not licensed, people who just think that they can go and get a place and start digging in an attempt to find gold. That is what we have. But the small-scale miners who are licensed was what the regulations seek to legalize. And that was actually, it's in our books, not today. When NDC was in power, it was there. MPP is in power, is there. Parliament has to look at it, review it, and allow it to work. But Parliament did not pass any regulation. The I-line never seek to say that if you just think that there is gold here, you can go and start digging, not taking into consideration the pollution that it will bring into our water bodies or in the
So why is the Attorney General being asked to bring that bill back to Parliament for it to be revoked if it's a good law, the mining in the law in the forests? That's what I've been asking for the past 5 minutes.
You see, that is what Parliament seek to do. Parliament seek to do that. If we pass something which is good for us today, that in going into the future we think that it become problematic, definitely you have a.
So was it good for us to mine in the forest?
For example, I just cited an example. It is in our books to say that okay, if you are a dual citizen, you can't be a member of Parliament. People have been jailed for it. Now Parliament is seeking to pass a law to say that if you have a dual citizenship, you can be a member of Parliament. So what I'm trying to say is that if Parliament has, passed a regulation which seeks to say that, okay, mining is this, and people are abusing the process, yet it can come back to Parliament for us to have a second look at it. I don't think it's a misplaced priority. I don't think that it was something that was wrong. As at then, it was okay, like I just cited an example. And I think that this conversation, I'm very happy that those in the clergy, the imams, they are all getting involved, our chiefs, for us to be able to fight this galamsey together. So the politicians will not see it like, oh, it's an election winning tool. If I go and tell the people this, they will come and vote for me. I want to force government to come and do this so that I will win political capital out of it. That is the politics that we are playing. That's the football that is happening.
I haven't mentioned anything on politics. I just want to know why Parliament passed this law.
But I have answered that question. And
but having said that, Kafui, let me put this on record. I think, Sheikh, I don't know your view, but Kafui, in the future, if you people want to bring a politician to this Thursday program, let us know. I always want a balance to be created. Politicians will always play politics. Let us be very mindful. I know the Thursday segment is supposed to be there for the clergy, for the sheikh and the rev.
I was not here for your program.
No, it's okay.
I was told I'm coming.
Oh, don't worry. It's not but you.
So this mining question is not part of questions I was expecting.
Kafui, I would recommend that your program directors, it would just be nice. This platform would have been NDC MP platform, and I'm happy with it. Politicians, this election year, you don't have the platform, but I will really recommend that next time you both should excuse us and let us have our own. So it will become the Sheikh and the Rev. Let's talk about Jesus and Muhammad. And we are okay. I don't
agree with you perfectly.
This one. It's not good for us. I feel very uncomfortable.
I'm going to ask you any questions about what I'm going to ask you.
So that he can feel free. So it will be NDC blowing, MPP blowing, and then okay. Then we sit there and clap for them.
So briefly, the majority leader is taking the speaker to court.
I don't think that is the impulse of what we are trying to do or we've done. You remember when we resumed on the 15th on Tuesday, there was a statement that was read by the minority leader. He came under Order 93 to tell the speaker that there was a matter of urgent public importance, to say that 3 of our majority side members of Parliament, 2 have filed to go independent from MPP, and the independent candidate have filed to represent the MPP, and then 1 also from the NDC side. So his thinking was that those 3 seats should be declared vacant, and if that happened, because 3 is from the MPP, we are 138 in majority, we come to 135, they are 137. If one of them is declared, they will come. So with this,
so you become a minority.
They will become minority. With this Piwanic thinking and analysis, it doesn't hold. So what the majority leader seeks,
you don't want to be a minority.
No, we will not be minority now, and we will not be minority in the next 9 parliaments. And you see, it's 2 different things that we are doing in Parliament that people don't understand. The fact is that, yes, the Constitution says that if in Article 97, I think, is a 1G, we seek to say that if a member of Parliament, if you are elected into Parliament, like I'm being elected into Parliament as MPP, member of Parliament for Tolon, in the 8th Parliament. So,
Northern Region.
So if I want to seek to remain in the 8th Parliament and say that I now want to be NDC member of Parliament, that's where the by-election. Those who have filed to go independent and those who have filed to join the new patriotic party don't seek to remain in the 8th Parliament. They are seeking in the 9th Parliament. So the Constitution, if you read it very clearly, is very different from the way that is being interpreted.
So what is their status now? So assuming that the person is an MP, and now decides to file to run as an independent, what is his file?
They are still MPP and they still sit with us and they still come to us.
But he'll be running on an independent during the election.
During the election.
For the 9th
For the 9th Parliament, not this 8th Parliament. And you see, what they seek the Speaker to do, if you read Article 99 of the Constitution very well, and with your permission, I'll just do it. It says that, Article 99, the High Court shall have the jurisdiction to hear and determine any question whether, 1, a person has been validly elected as a member of Parliament or a seat of a member of Parliament becomes vacant. It's only the High Court that has to do that. It's not the Speaker to declare a seat vacant. Even in instances where we had 2 by-elections, that has to do with 3. I think we had 3 by-elections in this 8th Parliament. The first one was when we lost Honorable Philip Baswa Kumo. So there was the official from the family that came to notify the Speaker that this member of Parliament is no more. Well, we have lost him. There is evidence to that. Then the Speaker now write to EC for the by-election. Cases of Asim North. It was the High Court that declared that he was not a member of Parliament. He appealed it up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court held the decision of the High Court, and that the by-election was done. It is not Parliament to say that this person has filed for us an independent member of Parliament, not to remain in the 8th Parliament, but to do in the 9th Parliament. And you said that they should declare the desperate nature of, they can't be majority. That one, they should rule that one out. So what the rates...
Will it make any difference if we become a minority, though?
No, but you see, they cannot be majority because we are majority. That's what it is. And we remain majority. What the rates that the majority leader have filed in Parliament is to say that, number 1, they said the Speaker should make a pronouncement on it. He's saying that the Speaker doesn't have the authority to do so. There's an injunction on the Speaker from making such pronouncement. And then there's a substantive case where the Supreme Court will now interpret it in Article 97(6), where it seeks to say that if a member of Parliament, you are elected by a political party, you go independent or you sit. You see, in
but technically, though, are you not tied? Because if my memory serves me right, there's 137 NDC MPs, 137 MPPs, and then 1 independent. Yes. Or the independent is now
if you are doing
majority.
Political segmentation, political party segmentation in Parliament with the shoe chamber. Yes, we have 137 NDC, 137 MP, and one independent. Yes. But when you come to minority majority, the independent candidate had elected to say that he wants to do business with the majority. So we are 138 and they are 137. So that's why we are majority by 138 and they are minority by 137.
Even though that guy is an independent.
Yes, but it has happened before. In other parliament, when Samia Nkrumah, CPP, the minority party came, they were able to make determination to say that we are going to sit with this party or we are going to sit with that party. In an event where by-election can happen in the spirit of the Constitution was what Professor Wayuseni did in 2005. He was NDC Member of Parliament for Tamale Central, elected. Then he was on his feet. He read a statement to say that he doesn't want to be with the NDC again, and he wants to cross carpet into the MPP. And we saw him crossing carpet to sit in the MPP. So it means that he's sick to remain in that parliament, but to sit with the MPP. That he has to go for election to reign in that high. And that by-election happened in 2005. And that brought in lawyer Yunus Afuseni I think in 2006 also, to take over his seat. So what is happening that Honorable Cynthia Morrison, I think is Agona West, has filed
to go independent,
and then Kojo Asenti, Suhum, have also filed to
also
go
on your side,
on our side, and they have filed from Electoral Commission to what? To seek to be in the 9th Parliament. And you see,
but for now they are on the 8th Parliament.
And then you see desperation is such that now how do you even know somebody is a candidate for 2024 election? Do you know yesterday some people were disqualified as parliamentary candidates, even though they have successfully filed to Electoral Commission? We have seen that Amefi is something. Until Electoral Commission came out with a notice of pool to say that these are people who ran for parliamentary. You don't come out with this desperate thinking to say that you want to be majority. What about if
what
you say that...
What does gain from you becoming a minority and they becoming majority?
So that's the politics of it. So the question is that, what about today, tomorrow, if Electoral Commission come to say that, oh, Cynthia Morrison or those people who are far, they are not even qualified to run that. What do you do? Because as at yesterday and the before, Electoral Commission has issued statement to say that people have been disqualified from being from contesting as members of in my constituency. There is a case like that in Tolong. There was a candidate that filed from APC. So we're supposed to be MPP, NDC, and APC. And yesterday, my information was that the guy has been disqualified because his payment on the back draft, which is critical part of filing for Electoral Commission, didn't go through. So he didn't file. He was not successful. So it means that they are taking him out. And we only got that information from yesterday. When I'm doing my campaign, I'll print my dummy ballot paper where I have myself as number 1, then I have the other 2. But as at yesterday, it is now going to be a 2-horse race between myself and the NDC. So they should not try to jump the gun until Electoral Commission come out with a notice of pool to say that these are the parliamentary people who will be running from the parliament from the various constituencies. Now you see that these people are even candidates. Even with that, they don't seek to remain in parliament as independent members of parliament. The Sohum seat is an MPP seat. The person is still in MPP. You see,
and the minority is stressing you out with all this.
You see, the point is that they are basing their argument on what happened previously. When Speaker Michael Quay said that the Fomina, who was MPP and was going independent, he advocated a seat. There are different scenarios. At that point, the New Patriotic Party by the General Secretary had petitioned the Speaker saying that the MPP went for a National Council meeting and took a decision that the person is not more a member of the party. So for that matter, that can happen. But in this case, there's no petition from the party General Secretary to say that the Honorable Cynthia Morrison or Honorable Kojo Asante are no more members of the New Patriotic Party. So you only seek to say that this person, your membership is forfeited or you are no more a member. And then we would have to say that no, because the party sponsored you. I am a member of Parliament for Tolong. If MPP come out today to say that I am no more a member of Parliament, I'm no more a member of the New Patriotic Party and my membership can have been forfeited and petition the Speaker, then they can trigger that because the party sponsored me.
All right. What do you say to somebody who says, what is all this energy about? Man? Is this why we sent you guys to Parliament? We want bills to be passed, not deciding who sits on what side of the hall. They are using too much energy for something which is not really necessary.
It's one of the desperate nature of our colleagues in the NDC when they fail on the EC auditing because they have no evidence, when they fail on the trying to whip the sentiment of Ghanaians to hit the street to demonstrate for no other reason, when they fail on the strike actions and the galamsey, they think that Parliament is the only avenue. They should go out and tell the Ghanaian people what they can do if they are elected into power. Coming to say you want to be minority or majority, it's not a trigger by the Speaker. It's elected members of Parliament from the ground.
So you will never be a minority?
No, but when? How? That's not possible. We are majority today and will be majority in the 9th Parliament. Because the point is that Speaker,
I know that, though. You don't know the future.
No, we are MPP, Dr. But where will be the next president? And we are going to have majority.
Why are you so sure?
He is campaigning. He has message for the people. The Ghanaians are relating with him. And the NDC is just demonstrating and causing this drama. Go and campaign. MPP, we are not doing it. We are telling Ghanaians exactly what Bawumia is campaigning.
There's a song which says nobody knows tomorrow.
That is true. But the point is that if you don't know tomorrow, but you have to work towards what you want to do tomorrow. If it doesn't happen, then it's the will of God. Right? But what MPP we are doing...
God's representatives are here. Be careful, they are here.
But they all know. Sheikh no and no. He said they want to talk about Jesus and talk about Muhammad. It's the same story. I am a Muslim. Any Muslim who doesn't believe in Jesus Christ is not a Muslim. because we believe that he's a prophet of God, and if you don't believe that, you are not even a Muslim. So the most important thing is that in Parliament, we are going to deliberate and try to always judge and come with consensus building in passing a lot of things. But with this idea, I don't think the Speaker is very experienced. He's the most experienced person in the House.
But if he rules against you, will you be surprised?
No, he ruling against us, I don't think he will attempt to do that because there's an injunction and he has been served. Right. I am well that he has been served since yesterday.
Okay, we also
so, he's a lawyer, you know, outstanding constitutional lawyer. He knows procedure in law. I don't think the speaker here. No, the speaker will not be invited to be in contempt of the court.
All right,
he will definitely not do that.
Honorable member for the good people of Tolon in the northern region is the first deputy majority whip.
Yes, and not only that.
Where's your whip?
I am the only leader from the northern region. NDC took their own out, and I'm the only Muslim in the 10 leadership of Parliament. In fact, NDC, it was Honorable Haruna Idrisu and Honorable Muntaka.
Why are you politicizing this?
I'm not politicizing it. I'm just telling about
you don't want them to
how
do. That's what you're doing.
Our party religiously is. That's why we have a flag bearer Muslim.
Where's your whip? I want to know where's your whip.
The whip is what I am telling you. That we are majority in Parliament.
You can whip me too.
Left to me. No, you are not a member of Parliament. But when I crack the whip, it will work.
All righty. That's my whip. It's time for Thelma. You like the sound of that there?
Yes. Like cool. Welcome to the ball. These are your messages and your thoughts, not the thoughts of us here at GBC. Good morning, Kafui. Yes. Ask your directors to bring regions chiefs on your breakfast show. Come and tell us what is going on
in their land.
You want us to summon chiefs. Chiefs have the summoning powers and the court.
Shake like that.
Cap, this one is for you. Today is for the clergy. So where are the traditional priests? The Christian and Muslims are not the only religions in Ghana. Rollins brought the people together. So we need traditional priests.
They are giving us production ideas. So no wahala.
So
we'll go do so.
We like new ideas.
Yeah. So they also wanted to go against Galamsey, you know. There's a whole the Group Sam and his guys were going to move against Galamsey. So who knows? We may bring
everybody is concerned about the environment. So we are all involved in that fight.
Yes.
And when Kwesi Nyantakyi and Keto Kwaku, this message says, most journalists insulted the man Kwesi Nyantakyi today. I know they will be revising their notes. Kwesi would have been CAF president by now. CAF, do you ever hear radio commentaries these days? Nobody follows Ghana football anymore. Pescoba sent this truly heartbreaking message. And he thinks that Allah bless Sheikh Aremia. He's very truthful in his submissions. And you know what? Because of Sheikh and his excellency Baomi, I want to become a Muslim. So people want to do things because of Sheikh and Dr. Baomi. I'm entreating Ghanaians to watch GTV, especially they should watch the transformational agenda of GTV. The NPP has done a lot on education. Thank you, Pescoba, for sending those messages to us. CAF, this is cheating. If our chiefs in the Volta region are saying they will not allow mining in their areas, and the government mining funds develop the area, it's bad. They're doing the same thing on cocoa. They send their cocoa to Togo. That's what this message is saying. So that's what you're saying. We don't have any evidence of that. Send it to us so that we can verify. We like to fact check on this platform.
They say they want their beautiful mountains to remain beautiful.
Mountains. Okay. Good morning, CAF. Is this guy saying mining in the forest and water bodies is okay? This message came whilst the Honourable was making his submission. So are you saying mining in forest and water bodies is okay? Is what someone is asking?
No, that's not what I said. I said that he was asking about the airline. I said the airline seek to regularize the life skill, but people just get up and go to the forest and do. That's what Galamsey, and that's what is polluting our environment, and that is wrong.
So now you have your answer. More on football. I stopped watching Ghanaian football way back because I realized the complacencies among them. They are deceived by the money they have. Aside this fact, they aren't happy with their leaders who exploit them for money. Again, leaders and players have lost the spirit of patriotism. Right. So Black Stars messages on the screen.
Okay.
Cap, do I have time for more?
Two more.
We have seen Galamsey activities which is destroying our water bodies. Can small-scale miners bring out videos and pictures on how they do their work? Politicians are hiding behind small-scale miners and destroying our water bodies. That's what Eric is saying. Eric Finn from Awoshi. Isa says, good morning to you all. NDC should forget about power till 2056. Inshallah is what the message is saying. More thing to do with NDC or NPP. Ghanaians are peaceful people, yet they are suffering from the incompetence of NPP government. Fafa sent us this, I believe, from
Amasama.
All righty.
So those are
Thelma,
your messages.
Thank you so much. We have a conversation on how we are surviving these days later on.
Yes.
You are leading that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can I whip you out of here?
Yes. Presenters quick. I take time.
Sheikh and Reverend, your quick comments before we bounce out of here. Anything to look forward to in the coming week? I'll start with you.
Sheikh, before I forget, I want to make a proposal.
Yeah.
A way to depoliticize this whole fight against Galamsey, which is disturbing us. You see, we have a government before, and that government made an attempt to address it. So can we look at the mode or the model of the fight? What worked and what didn't work? What didn't work? Why didn't it work? The model that is being used now, so that we are bringing ministers of land and why is it that the NDC, when they were power, they could not deal with it completely? Or even before NDC, why didn't they? Even though they made some attempt, why did they fail? Now the current one, why is it that they have done Operation Gong Gong, Operation that, all didn't go? What were the shortcomings? Can we all study and see out of that we can come out with a certain approach,
like a national approach?
Yeah, that will help us to deal, because I'm sick and tired with the way every political party wants to take advantage of how we are doing this, and we are not addressing the issue. And like I said, no party remains in peace. No. Enyidimara. Togbewo. Nime.
That is it in Hausa.
Sarakunamo. My Dogwani is gone. Nanuma. The chiefs, man. Look, I want to put them at the center.
Yes.
They must be at the center of this. Just like they rose to their feet on the Fulani issue, and they thought, even the young people within these farming areas thought that their farmlands were being devastated, and they rose to fight it. What's the difference between the devastation through Galamsey and the Fulani thing? What's the difference? And so when it comes to Galamsey, you keep silent? No. Respect to you. This thing is your fight.
So bring the chiefs in. Yes. That's it. Sheikh Aramia Shaibu speaks for the National Chief Imam. Reverend Dr. Lawrence Tete, what are your final comments?
I want to say, Your Excellency Nonado Danko Akufo-Addo, help us stop Galamsey. I know it is not the task for you alone, but please take that mantle. We're able to stop the mosque, stop the church, stop the ashram, and we're able to stop a lot of things in Ghana during COVID. We can stop Galamsey. We all have a collective responsibility, and if I want to use my mantra, we need a massive united front to stop this fight, this nonsense.
Gentlemen, thank you so much.
This nonsense must stop.
Honorable Idris, thank you so much.
Mine is just about Parliament, restricted and guided by what our scholars have said, and I respect their opinions on the Galamsey. Except to say that in Parliament we've resumed, and like I indicated, we have a lot of business, government business to prosecute, and then actually we'll try and do it. We intend to sit not more than 3 weeks, so that we'll be able to pass all this, so that we'll go back, and then everybody will now fight to be part of the ninth Parliament. And I'm very convinced that with the kind of message that our flag bearer and our parliamentary candidates are giving to our people, who come back to Parliament being the majority. And I'm not very positive that the Speaker will be invited or intimidated to doing any ruling. I haven't been served with a writ from the court. So I think that the issue will just also turn like how the EC auditing 10. It will be quiet after today.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member of Parliament for Tolon in the Northern Region. And we're done with headlines for now. We have conversations with a politician, a running mate of the LPG, Elizabeth Sam, who sits down with Multi-T Saida Sadiq to look at their vision as far as politics is concerned. And then we have a family gathering where we look at how we are surviving in these times, around 9:30. Our WhatsApp number is 055-556-1034. My name is Kafui Day. Let me finish my cuckoo, and then the show continues. Take care. God bless. Cheers.
Galamsey now. We're back. It's hashtag GTV Breakfast. It's raining in certain parts of Accra this morning, and that's because the showers of blessing, because guess what? It's your birthday, all right? This is where you go, shorty. It's your birthday. Oh, and I have a bevy of fine women coming up celebrating their birthdays today. First up is Belinda Jiffa. Happy birthday to you, Belinda Jiffa. Thank you for being my guiding light and my biggest cheerleader. I am so grateful for everything you do. May this year bring you as much happiness as you've given me. I love you. This is coming from your beautiful daughter, Yaya. She's wishing you a happy birthday. This one is also, the next one is going to Mrs. Grace Obenjampo, and goes, happy birthday to the most amazing sister, Mrs. Grace Obenjampo, who works at Ghana Dovcorp at the Ministry of Communication. I love you so much. May you excel in all your endeavors. And this one is coming to you from Evelyn with our makeup department right here at GBC. Happy birthday to you, Mrs. Jampo. And moving on from Mrs. Jampo, we're going to another birthday celebrant this morning. How you doing? This one is going out to Martha Ofori. Happy birthday. It's your first ever silver jubilee on earth. God bless you and keep you to see many more jubilees. Amen. 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 This is coming to you from your sister, Sarah Ofori, a big sister doing big things. And we all say, Sarah, good morning. Happy birthday to Martha. Happy birthday to you. And we're going to Gifty Nancy. Gifty Nancy, today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you, the CEO of Former Kente. And it says, may this be your best year yet. Cheers to a fulfilling and a prosperous new age. Your husband, your kids wish you, and all the members of Roman Productions wish you this happy, glorious birthday. You see the fine list of women that have come. And now we wish a happy birthday to one of the biggest superstars the world has ever known, not just in Ghana, but one of the global superstars, shattering records everywhere. And he's a top shatter. I'm referring to Shatta Wale himself. Today is his birthday. If you're also celebrating your birthday with him, you share your birthday with all these lovely people I've mentioned, including the superstar. And since it's Throwback Thursday, we're wishing Shatta Wale a happy birthday. And now we bring you your birthday song. So, everyone out there, if you're celebrating your birthday to you, beautiful morning, happy birthday to you.
person in charge.
Bravo on that music, just serenading us and ushering us into Manifesto Watch. 51 days counting down to Election Day, December 7, when Ghanaians go to the polls. Today on Manifesto Watch, our conversation is going to take a gender twist. We're bringing you one of the 3 female people in the race for the vice presidential position of this country. She's a running mate of the Liberal Party of Ghana, and she's Elizabeth Elizabeth Sam. We'll give her a bit of some time to give us a bio because much is not known about her, and then we'll understand what aspects of Ghana's economy and development agenda she'll be managing when she partners with Mr. Kofi Akpaloo, the presidential candidate of LPG. Send us your questions on 055-556-1034. That's our WhatsApp number so that she can address them.
Very well.
Okay.
Very, very well. We are doing the door-to-door campaign, going down to the grassroots.
Right. Well, I'll come to what you've identified going down to the grassroots, but tell us a bit about yourself. We want to know who Elizabeth Sam is.
I'm Elizabeth Sam. I'm married to Dr. Seto Fosukrantin. I have 3 children, 2 boys and a girl.
Right. Okay. What's your background?
I'm about 3. My father is from Apam. My mother is Ashanti and Ga.
Wow.
So I'm 3 in 1. Yes.
Okay. And education? Where did you school? What level of education have you gotten to?
Yeah. I started my primary education at the City of Kumasi Preparatory School at Kumasi. Actually, I'm born and bred in Kumasi. So City of Kumasi Preparatory School, then to Tia Media Secondary School.
Which of the Tia Media? Phobia?
Yes, I'm a phobian.
Well,
yes.
I may just, I'm going to try not to be so biased because I'm also a phobian. But so after Tia Mas, where did you go to?
I did a couple of courses. I did some at Washington College. And the course that I did is Freedom in American Political Thought.
Right.
Yes.
Is that when your political career started?
Not really. I wouldn't say I'm a politician. It was something which drew me to the politics side.
Okay. What drew you to politics?
Sorry?
What drew you to politics?
What drew me to politics?
Yes. Because today you're going to be a running mate and a vice president.
Yes. His Excellency Kofi Akpaloo is the one who drew me into politics because he saw me and saw the things that I've done because I do a lot of, I have NGOs, I have NGO as well. I do a lot of, NGO, I help people. So he came to me asking me that the way I do my things, I help people, we pay fees and everything. So he decided, I think if I bring you close to me, I think we can make Ghana a better place.
That's why you partnered with
Yes.
Mr. Kofi Akpaloo.
Yes.
How do you feel being one of 3 females who want to be vice president of this country? Is Ghana ready for a female vice president?
I would say yes. I would say yes, Ghanaians are ready. Because if we look at the population, and women are more than the men. And then it's about time the women too, we get into higher position.
Right. Let's zoom into your manifesto. There's a lot that I spoke with Mr. Akpaloo about youth development and engineering hope for Ghana, transforming the Ghanaian education sector. But tell us, when you go to the grassroots, what do you see as you're campaigning? What needs urgent attention for development?
I think education. Because going down to the grassroots, I realize a lot of people are illiterate. And I was so surprised because when you are in Accra, when you are in the capital, you might think everything is well. All is not well. A lot of them are illiterate. And illiterate, they have also not learned anything. They are just there. Some are doing petty farming. Some are just sitting under the trees playing cards. Some are also just littering around. It's so sad. It's so sad. When you go to I never knew till I started going to the grassroots. It's so difficult there.
Right. What do you think they need to transform their lives?
Yeah. For now, I wouldn't say education is good, but now their age margin, I don't think education, they can have any education. But I think it's about time they have to learn something. They have to learn some skills, maybe soap making, beads making, dress making, bakery, anything.
Okay.
Because it's so sad. They've got nothing doing there.
And what's the grand agenda for LPG to empower them? Because if you're making soap, if you're making beads, you need capital, you need startup, you need support, loans.
Yes. So what we are doing, not now, when we are voted into power, we want to help each and everybody, especially because we are going to have what you call the unemployment benefit, which I think it will take us a long way to help these people. Because in our manifesto we have the unemployment benefit. We are also giving out the child support, which also, child support will be, in Africa, it's not common. I think South Africa is the only African country that's doing the child support, but apart from that, none of the African countries, especially the West Africa countries, they are not doing anything child support.
Right, child support. So vulnerable groups, I see that you're the one who will be pushing the agenda of equality and equity. And since you're talking about vulnerable groups like children, how about the elderly? How about women in leadership and in empowerment areas?
Yes, with the elderly, we also have a budget fund called the aged payment. We have it in our manifesto too. So when voted into power, we are going to make sure all these things are going to be fixed.
Right. So for women in leadership positions, how is your government going to look like? What's the makeup of it?
Yes, we are going to have more female than the men. At least 50-50 or 60-40. 64.
Achievable?
Yes. For me, I think it's achievable because looking at me, my position now, it also encourages other women to also take key positions.
Right. What are the challenges you envisage that women will be facing, like you, in this position?
I don't think now, Ghana, we are moving forward.
Okay.
You understand? So I don't think we are going to face any challenges. Sometimes a little bit, but you as a woman, you have to know how to handle certain issues.
Right. Let's talk about the pressing issues of the economy now. And in front of me, you see this water. And I believe women are more affected because women go to the streams, the very streams that have now become like drains or gutters, dirty water because of galamsey. What is the LPG's approach, and as Vice President, what will you be doing differently?
Yes, when voted into power, what we are going to do to stop this galamsey, everybody, all the other past government, they did their bit, but still it's not working because you go and stop it here, the next minute they've gone to the other side. But when we are voted into power, what we intend doing is, because of the unemployment benefits we are going to give to everybody. So you cannot, we'll give unemployment benefits, so each and everybody will get an amount of money. Okay. So when you are told not to go there, you cannot go. The reason why they are going there is not because of it, because they need something to eat. They've got nothing in their pocket. That's why they are still going there. Do you think that if they have any business or they have anything doing, they'll go there? Because sometimes they go and they don't come back. They die. And then especially with the women, I saw a picture. It's very, very serious. All is because of the rate of the unemployment.
And with the employment benefits, where is the money going to come from? Is it going to be enough to attract galamsey from leaving the galamsey pits to rather, have the benefits?
Yes, at least the money. Let's say if we are voted to power, we are going to give 700 cedis. So at least the 700 cedis can put food on your table.
How is it coming? 700 cedis monthly, daily, weekly?
It's going to be monthly. It's going to
margins will look like. By 700 cedis enough to feed somebody. They are making thousands of cedis from the galamsey operations.
But not them, not those who are doing the galamsey, not the boys. The mugus are making the money, but not the boys. When I say mugus, you understand the mugus, the big men. They are making the money, and then they just put the boys there just to suffer. So I think that if they have something to eat, they have at least food on their table, do you think they will go there and go and die? They will not go. At least you have food, you can buy water, do you think you will not go?
Okay,
so the problem is the unemployment rate.
Right, back to my earlier question of where is the money coming from for the benefit, for the 700 cedis. We've seen initiatives in this country by governments, present and past, which have either collapsed, not been feasible. How is the LPG's approach looking like?
Yes, the money will still come from this country. You know, Ghana is very rich. We have a lot of natural resources, which we are going to capitalize on it. That's what we are going to use to.
Okay, and when we talk of natural resources, I talked of Galamsey, mining reserves and resources. How are you going to exploit it as a government if voted into power?
Yes, what we intend doing, we are going to gather all the boys. Let's say they are 200, maybe they are 300, they are 400. What we intend doing, we gather them, and then we put a leader, and then we allow them to register a company. So let's say 20 people registering a company. Maybe you have a cutlass. The cutlass costs maybe 2 cedis. This one have, how do we say, the excavator. It will cost this way. So we are going to gather their resources and then make them a company so that nobody will go there. So it's going to be leaders, and then what you brought in is going to be something like a share. So every month you'll be having something so that they will no more be going there to do this illegal mining, which is spoiling our water bodies.
How will you deal with foreigners, Chinese nationals who are being caught at Galamsey sites and pits?
For me, I prefer they should be jailed here, because I don't trust them. I don't trust taking them back to their country, because they go and they execute here and jailed here, so that everybody will know that, oh, we have Chinese people who are doing illegal mining and they are in our prisons.
Let's look at importation as well and producing our own hair. How are you looking at that? Our own, raw materials, finished products, and importation, because we spend billions importing foreign rice and some of our food items.
Yes. When we voted into power, we are going to make sure, in every country the backbone is agriculture. We are going to make sure we are going to make agric very attractive, especially to the youth, because there's, normally there's a saying that we are fokra, we are krasini, and now we are fokra, we are hieniba. Because of the way our agriculture sector, the way our agriculture is, we are going to make sure the agriculture sector is going to be very, very attractive, so that the youth, the youth they are very strong. The youth are going to get themselves involved in the agriculture, because they can produce more, and they can produce more, and then we are going to help them with the necessary equipment.
Okay, so you provide them with equipment, the necessary, for farming, and advanced kind of equipment. How will you deal with importation? Because we've heard that, look, there's a competitive market. You've given them the equipment, they produce it. The market, somebody's looking at foreign rice and looking at Ghanaian rice. How will you ensure that they buy the Ghanaian rice instead of the foreign rice?
Yes, we will talk to a lot of people. We will advertise that rice, so we can also stop the importation of rice. But before then, we have to make sure that what we are producing can feed us, and we can send some outside.
Right. Okay, so that's the agriculture bit. The challenges of agriculture are many, but I'll just give you a few minutes on that again. When we look at the north, climate change, rainfall, aside from the equipment, sources of irrigation is another problem. What are you looking at doing about that as well?
Yes, when we come to power, we are going to employ like technical know-how, especially on the climate change. You cannot predict. Sometimes you can predict, but to study the climate and everything. So they are going to ensure that things are put right, because I know that sometimes they don't do their things well. The time of growing their crops, the time of whatever brings a lot of challenges. But so if experts have been sent there, I think they can educate them on what to do, when to grow this, where you can grow this kind of vegetable, or where, that kind of thing.
Right. On climate, because we're talking about that, there's been the issue about firewood and charcoal and using of LPG instead, not your party LPG, but the liquefied petroleum gas. And I'm seeing in your manifesto improving the cylinder risk up as well if you do come into power.
Yes, because we realize that those producing the charcoal, they just go into our forest, just cutting down trees because of charcoal, and it's really affecting our climate. Because I know when you have a lot of trees, it's going to help with the even rain. You understand? But when all the trees are cut down, it's really going to be a big challenge. The challenge is going to be serious.
Right. So, but the cost as well. Somebody in a village far away in Apanduri, in Bunkurugu, would they be able to afford to buy gas?
For me, I would say yes, because if we are paying unemployment benefits, we are doing child support, everything goes into the unemployment benefit. If you are paying, I think at least you save money and buy little gas to cook.
Right. So that's the approach. Gender issues, Kayayei girls, and empowerment opportunities for women. You did mention that women make up the majority in this country. How are you going to look at these avenues of employment or empowerment opportunities for them?
Yes, with the Kayayeis, even though they are making money, I don't think it's the best.
Thousands of them are just lying on the street.
On the street, yes.
Lizards,
yes,
being abused.
Yes, because they are all coming from somewhere to the capitals just to make enemies. Because what we intend to do is we are going to make sure that we train them, especially the Kayayei. A lot of them, some are educated, some also, but majority of them are not educated. So we train them on skills. Anything like maybe hairdressing, soap making, everything that they think they can, they can learn. Somebody is interested in hairdressing. Other one will say that no, I'm not interested in hairdressing. Maybe I'm interested in making bread or something. So we are going to see your interest, and then we are going to take it from there.
Right. The cedi is running, and it's the cedi and the dollar. Today the dollar is almost 17 Ghana cedis, and I was saying that Ghana's debt is over 700 billion cedis. And these Kayayei girls that you are talking about empowering, they say that the materials are expensive. How are you going to ensure the stability in the economy so that they'll be able to, benefit from, even if you give them some small capital?
Yes. It's going to be possible because, when, let's say you learn tailoring, I don't think the sewing machine, I don't know the price, but I don't think the sewing machine will be like 3,000 or 2,000.
It's around there, I believe.
Now
yes.
It's around there.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. We are going to support them anyway. We will support them, we will supply them with the materials so that they can do whatever they want to do.
Okay, so all the time you supply, how will you check, progress as well?
No, we'll be having leaders who will be checking them, and then they will bring report.
Under you, how is the gender ministry going to run? We have had people, or what do you say to people who say that the gender ministry has not been as effective to manage women and children affairs, gender issues in this country?
Yes, I know. What we can do is we are going to resource them.
The ministry?
Yes, because I think the resources are very limited there. That's the reason why you could see a lot of children sleeping outside, some being abused, and then when you go there, they will tell you that there's no place we can keep them, so take them back, and then this case end up on the street. But if they have the resources, I don't think it's going to be very difficult to handle those issues.
Since we're talking about gender and the kids, I'm seeing on your manifesto LPG back to school policy. What's this about?
Yes, the back to school policy. When we went on the door-to-door or the grassroots, we realized that even though there's free education, some still didn't go to school. And then you ask them, oh, Mami nisika obeto tranka mami. My mom doesn't have money to buy me trunk. Oh, my mom doesn't have money to buy me mattress. That's why I didn't go to school. So we are saying the back to school, we are saying that any child who gets admission to the secondary school, we are going to give an amount of money at least to buy the mattress and then the trouble, so that those children too can go to school.
So it's targeted at senior high school students, from the transition from junior high to senior high, or is it holistic approach?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then we are also doing the free university as well, because
free university,
yes,
from level 100 to 400.
Yes. Yes,
Tell us about
when you
that.
go to the government, not the private universities,
public universities.
the public universities. So what we intend doing is, if the government, if the private university charges maybe 4,000, and then we know that the amount we are spending the government university is 2,000, we still give you the 2,000. Then you have to find the other part, because you want to go to the private. So those going to the government universities.
You subsidize the one for the private universities.
Because everyone deserves.
Okay.
Yes.
But for public universities to be free.
Yes.
Again, where are we getting this money from?
We are getting all the money from this country. From our resources.
Thousands
yes.
of young people who will be going to university.
We are going to resource them. They will go.
I'm speaking to Elizabeth Sam on Manifesto Watch this morning. She's a running mate for the LPG, one of 3 female running mates in this year's election. She's gunning to be the VP, the Vice President of this country by January 2025. And we've talked about gender issues. We've talked about a back-to-school policy by the LPG, cylinder recirculation module. And we've talked about Galamsey as well. Send us your questions to her on 055-556-1034, 055-556-1034. Alternatively, we're streaming on GTV Ghana, so you can leave us your thoughts and comments about Madam Elizabeth Sam's submissions there, and read it to her. Let me come to data. I'm seeing on the manifesto the national ID card number, Ghana card as de facto ID, partnering also with the Ghana Statistical Services. What's the approach looking like?
Yes, I think we still have people who doesn't even have the Ghana card. So when we come to, we are going to make sure that everyone gets the Ghana card, because the Ghana card, all your details are on it. For instance, we say we want to pay the child support, but if you don't have the Ghana card, how do we know that you have this type of, you have 2 children, you have 3 children, you are from here, you are from there? So this is going to help. The Ghana card is really the main thing, that the approach that we are going to use to do everything.
To gather the data.
To gather the data.
Let's move to health. Since we are talking about Ghana card child policy or benefits, what is health looking like? Our infrastructure, the cost of health care, kidney patients and dialysis costs. I'm sure you hear the cancers in general. We are in breast cancer month.
We will make sure we are going to build more hospitals. The reason being that everybody has to rush to Kolebu or to 37.
Building Agenda 111 hospitals.
Yes.
You think still
we need more. We need more. We need more, so that we can use our national insurance to support.
How is the national health insurance going to be under your tenure? There are complaints about sometimes the kind of drugs that you can have access to if you have
when we come to power, we are going to change the dynamic. We are going to do the right thing.
Okay. You're going to do the right thing, is what Madam Elizabeth Sam is saying. Let's move to the other sectors of the economy. Debt as well. Ghana's debt, as I said earlier on, stands at over 700 billion Ghana cedis. What are you going to do about that? The Bretton Woods institutions that seem like they have shackles around these African countries.
Yes. The debt is something else, but I know that when we come to power, those borrowing is going to stop. Borrowing money, borrowing is going to stop. And then we are going to use what we have there, because they get dollars from outside, and then they bring it to Bank of Ghana. The Bank of Ghana will have to give us cedis. So if Bank of Ghana had that amount of money, why don't we borrow from Bank of Ghana than going outside to borrow money, service charge, whatever? If they borrow 1,000 cedis before Bank of Ghana will give it to now reach like 800 cedis or something. So why don't we borrow the money from Bank of Ghana rather than going outside to borrow money with interest?
Up to prosecute, a lot of cases. Ghana loses billions of dollars to corruption every year. What would you do under your tenure if you catch officials from the LPG or in government in corrupt deals?
We are going to make sure we put you to jail, especially our leaders. We are going to set example for the others to see, because we are not going to entertain any corruption. No, we cannot say it's going to be 100%, but most of the corruption will be stopped.
Most of the corruption would be stopped. So under your tenure, if you grab an official,
you'll be put to jail.
Official, the person will go straight to jail.
Yes.
Let's talk about the court, since we are talking about going to jail and prosecution. There are people who talk about the minor offenses and the kind of sentencing and fines that are given to them. Are you looking at this as well?
Yes, we are looking at it as well, because I went to Nsawam, on my normal tour to talk to the prisoners there, and some have been jailed 2 years, some have been jailed 1.5 years. What is it? The person went to steal akoko. Can you imagine? Went to steal goat, and the person is jailed 2 years. But we have ministers, we have big men who have stolen a lot of money, and they are still walking about. But when we come to power, those dynamic are going to. We are not going to say we are going to encourage people to be stealing people goat and blah blah. But those sentence is going to reduce. Maybe you get punishment, maybe by cleaning the gutters or sweeping the street for a week, and then this one will bring profit to the country, instead of putting the person into jail for stealing, let's say, goat or chicken or something.
Okay, I'll go back to the issue about gender, but the police, sometimes how they handle these situations, and even the fact that Ghana is surrounded by lots of countries who are plagued with coups.
Demonstration is everybody's right when done at the right time or the right place. Demonstration, everybody has the right to demonstrate, everybody has the right to say whatever they want to say, but at the right place, at the right time. Not that you do demonstration in front of hospital, you do demonstration at schools, you do demonstration maybe I've said school, hospitals, and then churches. I don't think it's right. You have your right to do everything, but not into these places.
Okay, let's talk about the creative arts industry now. Lots of young people talk about in Ghana it's not easy in certain areas, and then even the creative arts space, they've been talking about investments.
Yes, we are going to make sure that we are going to review whatever taxes they are paying, and then we sit down and then we discuss about it with them, and to see how best we can help.
The creative arts space, does it cut across music, film,
everything,
content creation?
Yes.
Okay. Just before we leave here, you're talking about disabilities, vulnerable groups, supporting people with disabilities. I see this in your manifesto. How is people?
And then, we have how do we say? Is it the Federation of Disabled or something?
The Federation of Disabled.
I think we have organizations there, so we are going to liaise with them so that we know what really goes on there, and then we're going to equip them and then see how best we can help.
Finally, why do you think Ghanaians should vote for the LPG and you as Vice President of this country?
Yes, I think Ghanaians should vote for the Liberal Party of Ghana, His Excellency Kofi Akpaloo as the incoming president. They should vote for us because we have a lot of good policies for our Ghanaians. And then me being a woman, I'm going to make sure all the policies that he has brought, I'm going to make sure we are going to implement it or force him to do everything that he wrote in the manifesto.
Is there somebody you look up to in the political terrain? that you want to be like as a leader?
No, please.
You
Myself.
don't have a model?
No, I don't have any model.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sitting with us. Madam Elizabeth Sam is gunning to be the Vice President of Ghana when Ghanaians go to the polls on 7th December 2024. She's the running mate of the Liberal Party of Ghana. We've talked about the plethora of issues from the economy, debt, how those Ghana's debt will be serviced when they come into power, education and the back-to-school policy, the elderly, the child benefits, health insurance. We've looked at galamsey and mining and our mineral reserves, as well how exploitation will be done. That's it for another chapter on Manifesto Watch on GTV Breakfast. I am outing on a Manifesto Watch, a running mate or a presidential candidate to espouse the policies of their party for you to give them their nod. But I'm handing over to Thelma now. Stay for more.
Check it out, y'all.
Welcome back to GTV Breakfast. We hope you've had an informative one so far. We are bringing you some light breakfast, some sizzling helpings of something very energetic, and from a group that has made Ghana proud in front of an audience of over 20,000. So in July of this year, at the World Youth Cultural Festival held in South Korea, this group portrayed Ghana and indeed Africa's rich history through traditional, contemporary and innovative dances, which won them first prize at that festival. Today we are privileged to have the group in the studio with us, and they'll give you a taste of why they are number one at the World Youth Cultural Festival. Here is the group called the Righteous Stars Cultural Dance Group, right here on GTV Breakfast. Check this out. Energetic performance there from the Righteous Stars Cultural Dance Group. I just love cultural dancing because I have a background. My mom is a cultural dancer. Good morning to you, Aunt Theresa. I know you're watching. You're happy with this performance. No wonder that they won first place at the World Youth Cultural Festival in South Korea in July. The director and the coordinator of the group they are at the table with us, and they will share this group's journey. I have Reverend Katie Adams, who is the coordinator, and I have Reverend Yang Ju-moon, who is the director of the Righteous Stars Cultural Dance Group. Gentlemen, Reverend, welcome to GTV Breakfast, and welcome to Ghana, Reverend Yang. Is this your first time?
In Ghana? Mm-hmm. I have been in Ghana is 5 and 6 months already.
6 months?
5 years, 6 months.
5 years and 6 months. Oh, you're almost at the point of becoming...
Chief name is Ni Apote Nobache Perste.
Oh, God, I need a translator for this one. He's a chief. He's Ni
Afote Nobache 1.
Ni Afote Nobache
1. Yeah.
Of
Otino traditional area. Nungwa.
Excellent.
He's a development chief there.
A development chief of Nungwa. So you see, other foreign nationals living in Ghana are also part proud of our country. Reverend Adams, thank you for also making the time to join us. Where did this vision begin, and how did this group come to be formed? Because I'm sure there's a story there. I want to hear what the story is.
The first of all, I want to say like this: is my name is Korean name is Youngjun, and my grandfather made my name Youngjun. And then when I was born, my grandfather, he lost all portion. But at that time, he made my name Youngjun. It means that you will be rich.
Are you rich?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my name means you will be rich. My name was my grandfather's dream. Many people dream come true. Dream is in our mouth. If we keep our mouth according to our dream, the dream will come true. So my grandfather, he called my name and said, "Hey, rich, 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 rich." After 6 months, he recovered the property, land, which he lost. And after 1 year, 2 years, he recovered all his properties. His dream was my name. It is rich at that time. Likewise, I wanted to give to dream to young student in Ghana, also is at Ghana. So I have one dream. The Ghana is the center of the world. Ghana, yeah, we are see infinity. So when I have dreamed Ghana is the center of the world, we have to prove Ghana is the center of the world. So we formed the young, and then we try to go to that competition to get the grand prize. At that time, we will prove of the world. Ghana is the center of the world. So I wanted to give to hope and dream to the young generation in Ghana. So we overcame with the dream, and we got the special prize at Korea. Thank you
That's
so
great,
much.
because I have a good friend, so Ming, good morning to you, wherever you are in Seoul this morning. A colleague of mine from a recent IVLP program that I've just returned from, and she tells me that South Korean culture is beautiful. Why are you so attracted to Ghanaian culture? You're a development chief, and now this bias.
I believe that Ghana is the best country. I have been to many countries.
Better than South Korea?
Of course. You know, I want to explain about this. My father's generation, even when I was very young, the Korea was a very poor country. And over 5,000 years, our country was very poverty. But around 50 years ago, very few persons started to proclaim that our country is not poverty country. Our country is not problem country, but our country is the center of the world, best country. Some people started to proclaim that. And then during the time, they could get the big hope. The hope made they overcame the many challenging problems, and they made nowadays Korea. I believe Ghana is the center of the world, and Ghana will be center of the world. Not because of many reasons. I love Ghana. You ask just now, do you love Ghana than Korea? I can say, I love Ghana than Korea. And if I love Ghana than Korea, and if I proclaim Ghana is center of the world, and
Then
this
Ghana is center of the world.
yeah, this country will overcome later Korea, USA, and any Europe country, and it will happen if we believe.
Speaking positivity into being. Reverend Adams, what has been your experience? How did this all come together for you? What was your role in this?
South Korea. We had earlier on been there, and then we had won the grand prize, and then this time as well, we participated in it, and there was a lot of challenge in going there.
What were the challenges?
Getting a visa, to be able to go for that number of people going to South Korea.
How many people went?
There were a total of about 20, who were from Ghana. And so there were a lot of challenge getting the visa for all of them. But as you move forward, like you said, if you have a dream and you have a promise and you keep proclaiming your dream, it will lead you to where you want to be. And that as we move forward, among over 19, 20 countries, at the stage about 20,000, and Ghana was featured there. And when we finished, we had to go to about 6 areas within South Korea to perform. And that also became a very graceful opportunity for the Ghanaian participants who went to be able to tour South Korea and to visit their cultural background area, and also to be able to learn. And that alone was very good experience for me, and also taking the part as a coordinator with the group, I had to experience going before them to be able to overcome the challenge, and then coming back with this prize as we see here, has been a very great experience in my life.
Who's paying for all this? How is this group financed? And this festival that you went to, how was it paid for?
We actually went through this program. Like I said, it's also one of the challenges that we had to overcome. Funding was also one of the challenges, but we did that through sponsorship. We had to go out and also receive sponsorship from other organizations and people who actually love Ghana at heart and were ready to contribute to that effect, also to be able to see to the positivity of the young people in Ghana and to portray the Ghana culture in the global world. They also did support it. That has able to help us to get to where we are now.
Reverend Young, when you look at the culture of Ghana and the beauty that it has to portray, what would you say this festival has taught you or has opened your eyes to that you may not have been aware of it before you went for this competition? Did it teach you any lessons?
So I want to think like this, is that when we get the visa, it was a small difficult. And then this is not knowledge. This is our life. If we believe a dream, if we keep this dream world, Ghana is the center of the world. We will go to the Korea and we will get this grand prize at the world biggest dance competition, and then we will prove this country is the best country. If we believe we can overcome anything, and we overcame many challenges. And I want to say one more thing. At the Korea, we didn't get the grand prize, but we get the special prize. I heard from many people, hey, Reverend Moon, look, you didn't get the grand prize. But I said to them, we got the grand prize. This year, we didn't got the grand prize. But if I don't give up, next years, we will overcome challenge again, and we will get the grand prize. So we got the grand prize already in my heart, because we will not give up. So if we focus dream and then we never giving up, surely it will be happen in our life.
Surely it will happen. It's still that positivity vibe, and it's so inspiring. Where does the train go from here? Because now you are at the peak of the competition. You are the winners. Next year, perhaps you'll be the defending champions if you choose to participate again. Where do you go from here?
From here, what we do is that the IYF, the Righteous Star Dance Group, actually is a body in a very bigger group, which is the IYF. And so we are recruiting new, students from the various parts of the country to join the group, and then we're training them, preparing them ahead of the other competitions we have in front of us. Yes.
And you're saying it's nationwide?
Yes.
How is that going to be?
We have the branches of the IYF, which is the Bada group, in all the parts of the
which is the
country.
International Youth Fellowship.
Exactly. And so through that, we're able to coordinate in the various parts of the country to get the youth from there to be able to join to the Righteous Stars, and then we'll prepare them for the further endeavors that are there. Already, Reverend Moon had a dream, and that is to have this competition in the regions and also in the districts, and to climax it with a national, dance competition in Ghana before the next year one. And so we're preparing towards that. It's a whole agenda he prepared before we actually took on this particular journey.
And what did it mean winning this award for you and the young people who you took to South Korea?
For me, I would say it's a dream fulfilled, because the young people had to go through a lot of mind, challenge. One of the aspects that we teach them is mindset education. How to be able to overcome the challenges of the time through a new of mindset. And so they're going through the challenge of, having to look for sponsorship for themselves, having to be able to go through applying for visa and competing on a stage of over 20,000 people. That alone is a fulfilled dream individually, because they have gone globally and they have had the exposure, and they have experienced what it takes to go out of Ghana to see what goes on in other country, and that has built in them, some kind of open-mindedness, which is going to help to be able to help them to go over the challenges that are before them ahead. So I think that getting this particular prize is a dream fulfilled, and we hope to do more better next year, and then we'll be able to attend.
What's next for you, Reverend? What's next?
Yes, next is this is at the Korea. We performed at around 10 the biggest city in Korea, and then Seoul, Busan, Daegu, Kimcheon, Gangneung, and Gwangju, Jeonju, many big cities that we performed at the biggest cities. And at that time, many MP and mayor saw our Ghanaian student and Ghanaian dance. And then they gave us a citation and a contribution, some things. And some other country, Thailand, India, some other country dance team and then dance competition organization direct saw our team. And then they said, wow, Ghana dancing is so beautiful. I hope you may attend our country dance competition and then get the grand prize and show to the world your country is the center of the world. So if we don't give up, there is next more amazing step and then next and next. So we will see the big glories more.
I hope so, because I think you've done great jobs. I'll give each of you a final word. Someone is watching, they want to be a part of this. They are inspired by what they are listening to. What do you want them to know? Reverend Adams first.
To be able to become part of the IYF or become part of the Righteous Star group, we have a lot of programs that guide the youth. We have the IYF World Camp. We have also other activities that we do for IYF. We will be having on getting to December, we'll be having 29th December to the 1st. We have a special conference, which also they can come on board. They can go through the iyfghana.com, and through that they can be able to connect and join to the group. They can also call a number 054-789-7478 to be able to connect to the Righteous Star group. They will be guided to link to that, and through that they can become members of the Righteous Star, and also they will join the group and do other activities that.
And if people want to sponsor, is that the same medium they can use?
Yes, if people want to
connect with you to
exactly. If people want to sponsor, they can use the same medium, and they will guide them through.
What do you need in terms of sponsorship? Is it just monies or something else?
I think that it's not just money. We mostly need the backing of the opinion leaders within the country, which of course we are working with some of them already. Before we left, we were in Parliament last time to also let the speaker know about the group before we left. So as we have come back, we hope that more of the other opinion leaders also will join together to be able to help the group to also develop.
One last word, 10 seconds from you, and then we wrap up. What do you want people to know about the group?
I hope the student, if the student would sleep at their room, the student is just a lazy student. But when they perform like that, they can make our country and another country relationship developed.
Excellent point there. The mutual respect and love that two countries can grow through corporations and partnerships like this cannot be overemphasized. Reverend Yang Jung Moon is the director, and Reverend Katie Adams, the coordinator, both of the Righteous Stars Kai, and we've been sitting with them. We saw the performance from the team. Support them if you can, and we'll leave you here this morning. We'll come back again tomorrow, 5:55, for another edition of Breakfast on GTV. Have a great morning.